Madam Merkaba.
Let's really I want to do. Can we talk? Let's talk. Relax, let your hair down, and just really, really enjoy each other's company. I enjoy being here with you, and I hope you feel the same way too. Can we do that? Madam Merkaba.
Wow. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, where you're at, whatever time you're at, honey. It's like what 11:30 in the morning here. And of course, girl, I'm waiting for my toothbrush to charge up right now. Bring it back up. Thank you. I'm waiting for my toothbrush to charge right now. So why it charges? I said, bitch, let's kill two birds with one stone. Because of course, shout out to my supporters. Girl, we have two things that are coming up very, very soon. We have 24-hour, 24/7 web access that'll be, put out very, very soon. And then we also have the angelic and demonic magic revamping. And of course, I'm calling it something totally different. We're going about it a whole nother way because there's a lot of very important information that I want to give. And of course, I kind of want it to be like a hands on experience. So, anyway, we'll talk about that very, very soon. So, of course, before I get into this, now this might ruffle some feathers. Grand Rising, come on in here, Jay. Grand Rising. Wow. This might ruffle some feathers, okay? But I will say this, that everything that I state in my videos are my experiences, my opinions, and, clearly if I'm not the person who did it or the person who lived it, whatever, then of course it is all allegedly until proven otherwise. But of course, as human beings, we have the ability to have empathy and sympathy. And that's basically saying that we can either put ourselves in the same shoes as people with these experiences and or we can kind of have an idea of like, okay, I don't understand that, but this is another human being that needs my love and my support. So last night we kind of went over something lightly, and it was about just so happened a transgender crippled murderer. Now I'm going to tell you this: I am just a really all around person. I'm just understanding, logic and reason. Like I can see both sides to a story. I can agree to disagree. I'm not that person that's held up over something because I feel like unless you walked a mile in my shoes, you don't really have an idea of what or where I come from, right? So you could just speculate, and your speculation will not be wrong unless, of course, you're accusing me and making up shit and whatever, making up lies and all that good shit. And I'm gonna try to keep this under 45 minutes. Okay. I think actually, as soon as this toothbrush stops charging, honey, then I think I'm gonna be done. So, we talked about the trans experience. And of course, if you look throughout history and you even look, let's go back into way back in the day, okay? So, going into like the two spirit experience, okay? These are people that were born anatomically male or female that wanted to present themselves as male or female, but the ones like Joan of Arc and many other ones, okay, but we're gonna stick with Joan of Arc. There's not a story of Joan of Arc, being pregnant or being impregnated, at least not that I'm aware of, by a male counterpart. Even going to, if you look up histories of like princess and queens and all this other good stuff and soldiers who were females posing as men or men posing as females, whatever the case may be. You didn't hear stories about these people impregnating the royalty. You weren't hearing, the harems and shit. You weren't hearing about these, two-spirited people, even though they had testicles that were functioning, impregnate these people. So now, fast forwarding, going into, and of course, I'm bringing up two things here: subconscious influences, and we're going to also bring up the Harry Benjamin standard of care when it comes to transgender people. Okay. And we're going to also do some little, fun stuff because, there's a lot of cities out here with a large population of, transgender identifying people. And as I said before, and I will always say, I don't think that everyone who say they're transsexual or transgender is actually transgender. I think a lot of people have found a loophole in the fact, even going to how, hey, we're just going to bring up facts here. We're going to bring up how rates of sexual predators uh, the rates of sexual predators are actually higher in men. I believe I was having a conversation with this about a sister about it's like men think about sex every 5.6 seconds or something like that, when women it's like 1 out of 5 minutes, or it was something like that. So either way, males are more sexually driven, more sexually, enticed. They have a larger sexual appetite. Versus when it comes to female energy, it's more of a connection. It's more of an intellectual and an emotional connection. So anyway, so a lot of people, once again, come forward and they are aware. I told y'all the story about not too long ago where there was somebody who committed a crime, and of course this happens a lot, but they committed a crime and they actually boarded an airplane. This is actually before they start making you get checked out with the TSA, because you used to be able to board the airplane however you wanted to board. Okay. People used to get on these planes dressed as women to give the illusion that they were females get on this plane, when in fact they were somebody that just committed a crime or just robbed the bank or whatever it is, whatever it may have you. So either way, we've known in the recent history that people have used this to fool people, even going into like the Tyler Perrys and going into, and a lot of people like to connect those with people of trans, whatever. Once again, I don't feel like those are trans people. People that, I don't believe those are trans people. I believe those are people that understand the loophole and understand they're aware of transvestism. They're aware of that there are males that live as women, and now they're like, oh my God, let's talk and get out of it, right? Because I could never completely change my identity. And of course, that goes into DID and all that shit too. But hold on. Is this music still going? It is. Let's turn that off, bitch. We're having a serious conversation here. So either way, going into males being predatorial, and I'm gonna put this out here, okay? Because we have to loop this back around to self, okay? No, we're gonna wait for that. So either way, for me, everything's about presentation. If you identify as a flying bird, but you're not presenting yourself as a flying bird, you have not had any surgical procedures or had any changes that will permanently say that you identify and feel as a flying bird. If you don't call yourself a flying bird, if you don't walk like a flying bird, if you don't talk like a flying bird, and of course, I'm just putting this out here, right? Because you're like, bitch, all birds fly, right? Well, I was told not all, but anyway, then of course it will be more convincible and more believable that you actually are a flying bird. But when you're out here telling people that you identify as a flying bird, but you're walking like a dog, talking like a dog, moving like a dog, and you have not had anything that's distinguishedly with our visual, right? Because we see things, girl. And we're not physically seeing that you are identifying as a physical bird, you can't really get upset when people don't see it. And of course, you see stuff on here on the news, you guys, of people saying things like, I'm transgender, but they're not on hormones. I'm transgender, but they have not been castrated. And there's even doctors out there, y'all, that you can do your research on that will not give you hormones unless you get your what they call an orchiectomy. That means getting castrated, getting your testicles removed. And so it's like a lot of people are out here claiming to be trans just because they feel that they're a woman. And it's like going into the Harry Benjamin standard of care, even gay males identify as a female to an extent. That's why we have a scale from 1 to 10. I mean, clearly, if somebody was born a male and they decided to paint their nails a color or, all this, pull on feminine characteristics, clearly there would be some type of connection with femininity and or the biological sex of what a female represents, right? But either way, so even if you look into, like I said, in the past 20 years, they had stories of transgenders going to places getting clocked. And I've been in that situation where people clocked my tea. And honey, I looked at them with disgust and I kept it moving. And I'm like, okay, so now that you figured that out, I mean, what we gonna do here? Like, girl, there was not no fuck you, bitch. Walk up, girl. So, like I said, you girl, you beautiful and you're beautiful and somebody call you ugly. You're only going to get offended at someone calling you ugly if you really think you're ugly. And the same thing with this, and we know that we cannot change ignorant people, but the same thing with this, going into the GameStop situation a couple of years ago, you know, mama went up in the store with some tight ass clothes on with no curves. Mama went in this store with some tight ass clothes on with no breasts. And if she did have breasts, it was big boy breasts. It was not, tissue of functioning mammary glands. Mama went in there with a enlarged forehead. Anyway, I'm not getting into that. That's not my purpose of this. And then when a guy was saying sir, because he's not seeing a woman, he's seeing a male who thinks that he's a woman, right? Then all of a sudden, mama's upset and mama's, see me outside then. And it's just like a woman would tell a male to see her outside. A woman will try to fight. And I'm just going to put this to perspective. I'm not afraid of um, men. I'm not afraid of women. I'm not afraid of children. But also going into the fact is that I cannot imagine me with my surgeries and me, not being as strong as a man because I have a hard time even carrying a 10-pound bag, whether you believe that or not. A 10-pound bag of motherfucking potatoes. My sister can tell you this here too, bitch. When I get my case of water, they will sit in that car for days because I have a hard time lifting up a 24 pack of fucking water and carrying it a long distance without my arm fucking getting tired or something feeling like it's hurting. So it's like I would not want to even put myself in that position to want to have to fight a man. And that's why once again I would have people to be with me and or I would have a weapon. Cause so bitch, I can get you before you try to get me. And so I'm saying all that into saying, when these people are saying that there are females and identify as females and they want the public to see them as being females, then on the flip side to that, why are you still trying to identify and react like you are still a male? Why are you still putting on these characteristics? And of course, you don't know that answer because a lot of this deals with subconscious influences, which of course I'm going to go into. And even going into, like I said, we saw the story about the transgender person that committed these crimes over the past fucking 50 years, killing women and stuff. I do not believe that this person is trans identifying. I think that something happened within something somewhere. And I think that even going into people who claim to be, once again, of trans experience. People that are claiming, once again, that they are this and that. I think it has to be more than just what you feel you are. I think that it should be, and even going into Harry Benjamin's standard of care, there has to be something that is irreversible or something that is kind of like embarrassing or humiliating to where you're like, bam, this is what it is. And then that's how you get your trans woman identity card and people respect you as that. If you wait until you're 50 or 60 and you lived your life as this male your whole life and you were comfortable, right? Like you were faking the funk, because I call that a sellout. You were faking the funk for these 50, 40, 70, 80 years, however long it took you to transition. You sold out as this boy, as this man, as this father, as this husband. And then all of a sudden you decide when it's convenient for you to say, I'm a woman, I want to be respected as a woman, bitch, you did not pay your dues. And people like that really do piss me the fuck off because, bitch, I paid my dues going into way before I even decided to come out. Bitch, I didn't fuck with nobody's life. I didn't say, what, this is who I am, and I want to hide myself, and I want to, let me go along to get along. Like, bitch, I embarrassed myself. I put myself in very uncomfortable situations, in very deadly situations, because this is who I am. So, bitch, you don't get the same rights, you don't get the same responsibilities, you don't get the same respect that people like me get. And it has nothing to do with, like I said, surgeries and all that, because there's even drag queens that get surgeries that still identify as male. And of course, they do it for the money. And once again, I'm not making videos about that. I'm not cutting on that girl. You do what you do. That's your life, honey. I'm going into people trying to convince others that we're the same. And people actually picking up that we're the same when we're not. Everybody's story is different, as some of these girls say, because not everybody is actually a transsexual. Okay, there's a lot of transvestism, there's a lot of cross-dressing kicks and fetishes, and there's a lot of, gender bending. And of course, that's a whole nother story. Those are all separate from people that are actually transsexual. Transsexual, once again, is identifying, legal documentating, surgical, irreversible. And if you have not done irreversible surgical, you still got the other shit in place. Because I would hate to imagine someone like me paid all this money in court fees and stuff to get your name legally changed, and going to the doctor, and then going to the, going through all this trouble, vital records, going into the Social Security Administration, getting all this shit to match your new identity. I would hate to imagine that a girl would really be serious and dedicated to this, and all of a sudden say, I don't want to do this, and now she reverses or detransition. Which, by the way, there's a lot of that happens. So, like I said, I'm a trans person. I identify as a trans person, but a lot of people out here that are claiming to be trans stuff are not. And that's why people are a little confused about what exactly is a trans person, because to them, they're seeing a trans woman as a man who just want to pass as a woman. Going into even the Shauna Brooks situations that just happened or always happening, going into the Sydney Star situation that always happened, even going into, like I said, the murder situation that was revealed from New York City. And even deeper than that, something was posted not too long ago that a transgendered inmate, oh, come on in here, was out here dicking down the female inmates who are now pregnant in an all-woman prison. And that's like you're telling us too. There's no way on God green earth you're gonna sit here and you're gonna convince me that your wiring is of a female, right? And just so happen you were born with the male anatomy, and you're so dysphoric about being a man, right? I'm so uncomfortable about walking like a man, talking like a man, having a beard like a man, but you're comfortable enough to imprint a woman like a man. You're comfortable enough for your children to call you daddy. You're comfortable enough to be slinging and slagging and just, girl, once again, then why and how are you so comfortable, and why and how are you so mentally stable, right? If that's what it is, to be like, I'm in the wrong body. I don't connect with this body. If that was true. So, like I said, going into the loopholes, going into people that are facing DID, even going into girls, see, a girl trying to get shit out, trying to talk. Even going into, I told y'all with the trans men experiences and stuff. I'm not comparing the T. I'm not going into the T, but I really do feel like it is a very small. We're gonna drop. Oh, listen, we're gonna drop the facts here too. Okay, transgenderism, or we're gonna say transsexualism. Male to females are very, very. We're not gonna say rare, but it is. We'll say like one in every 40,000, right? We'll say one in every 40,000. When it comes to female to males, which will be trans men, it's like one in every 140,000, right? So that means one in every 40,000 women actually identify as male, feel like they're male, and actually transition to become that. Versus one in 40,000 males who are born males identify and want to or feel and want to transition to being a female. So it's like when you have all these people, let's say in a population of only 200,000, and you have 200 transgenders, 200 transsexuals, right? Male to female, or even 30. I mean, where I'm at right now, I would say within a perimeter of what, maybe 7 miles, the population is probably, 327,000. There's a lot of trans men here. And there's a lot of also lesbians. And I love it. I mean, it's beautiful. I love lesbian women. Honestly, I tell you this, and I always tell you this. I have more fun, more respect, more acceptance, more whatever with lesbian women. When it comes to, me saying who I feel comfortable with, who I will feel comfortable getting, whatever it is, exposing things, it will be lesbians. Because once again, we're not into the same stuff for one. Okay. We can, we could both be identifying as female, but we're not into the same thing. Okay. So it's not like I'm gonna have to cut this bitch down because she wants the dick I want. And also, not to mention, too, lesbian women tend to be a little bit more nicer and loving and more in tune with nature. If you have to ask them about spirituality and people being more in tune with the natural rhythm of the earth, I would say lesbian women. So, going into that, a lot of lesbian women around here give off more masculine vibes than these trans men. Hell, they get off more masculine vibes than these men, where you're like, wow, and it's natural. They're not like trying to walk, oh yeah, well, I'm uncomfortable. No, honey, they walk in, they like, bitch, move out the way. Hello, what's up? Yeah, yeah. And it's like, damn, honey, that's hot. You know what I mean? Okay, so either way, when I started seeing that, and as I said, you had all these, feminine gay boys, you know, coming out saying they wanna, eat out a trans man. And I'm just like, But when a woman was hollering at you in school and shit, ew, ew, I don't like girls, coming out on YouTube. Respectfully, ladies, I'm not married. I'm a homosexual and I only like men. Ladies, sorry. And then the same guy a year or two later, when the trans man uh, epidemics start becoming well known, people start seeking, and all of a sudden the same one out here licking and doing and all this other shit. So it's like, what's the difference, honey? What's the difference? If a man say he's not gay, but he likes to suck on a transgender pig, whether she looks like a woman or not, I'm like, brother, you're a little bisexual, and that's okay. That's okay. You're a little bit, you're a little into man, and that's okay, baby. And it's not, once again, because the transgender is a man. No, it's the fact that transgender have the biological sex organ of what a male is. And even going into post-op, okay, you can be post-op. You don't really hear about post-op girls out there neither, y'all. You don't hear stories about them neither, because once again, they're really living that life. They're really living that story. In fact, a lot of post-operative trans women actually end up becoming lesbian, which of course is more believable to me, because I think that when your testicles are taken out, or your estrogen levels are higher than your testosterone levels, you are now more emotional. You're now more in tuned, right? You're needing more of comfort and support, and not a distance confidence support, because men can only offer that. The feminine energy offers confidence support with up close and personal experiences. And so this is why, like I said, it's not shocking for me for a woman to want to become a lesbian or want to try lesbianism, because of course it's like, okay, I could see that. She knows about comforting up close. She knows about nurturing. She knows about even connecting intuitively. When it comes to the opposite side of that, there's a little, TT wee wee there. And that's why we hear more situations of, male on male relationships not lasting. We hear about more relationship or more issues when it comes to two genitalias, okay, of the ping not really lasting. Like I said, we got to keep real here, because a lot of people they're not gonna really like what I'm talking about. But like I said, bitch, I'm speaking white, I'm speaking motherfucking right, and bitch, you can do your research on exactly what I'm talking about. Also coming from experience. Okay. And even like I said, going into the flip side of, anyway. So let me share my screen right now, because I want to go into the Harry Benjamin standard of care. And like I said, it's a little bit, uncomfortable for me, even going into me being trans, y'all, and you do not know how many transgendered y'all has hit on me. You do not know how many women that are trans experienced was trying to get me, girl, and they were acting like, oh, I want to be your friend. You cool, you cool. And then they're like, I'm a little curious, and you don't have to tell me, but what do you be doing sexually to the men? And it's like, why you want to know that? I'm just curious. And then, girl, mama's getting turned on and shit. Well, are you into T for T? No. I'm not into T for T, ma'am. Sorry. I like a penis on a body with somebody who identifies as a penis, honey. There's no Tina shade out there to anybody. Okay. Now, like I said before, when it comes into, being attracted to whatever, honey, I like males and females when it comes to attraction. If a woman's beautiful, she's beautiful. If a male is handsome, he's handsome. If a woman is a bad bitch, she's a bad bitch. If a man is a bad bitch, he's a bad bitch. But as far as sexually attracted, it has to be able to get erect for me to be into it. It has to be made from tissue, flesh, blood, and it has to be that. Okay. I'm not into the plastic tea. You have to get it how you can get it, but girl, I don't have to get it for the plastic tea, girl. So like I said, yeah, I'm into, like I said, the thing that gets hard on somebody who identifies as a male, whether he identifies as a gay male or a straight male. It doesn't matter to me, bitch. A dick is a dick, a man is a man, bitch. I don't care. He's a gay man, bitch. Okay, ow, bam, what's that? Let's get it. He's a straight man, bam, what's up? Let's get it. He's a bi man, bam, what's up? Let's get it. But like I said, bitch, that whole other shit, like, yeah, no tea, no shade, bro. There's a lot of girls out there that are into that. A lot of boys too, but I'm not that one. So going into the Harry Benjamin standard of care, and I'm hoping to honestly, share some things, share some light, correct, castigate, and hopefully, allow you to learn something new today. Just in case maybe you are, maybe you care, maybe you don't care, but I'm hoping that I'm hoping that this will give you, just a little bit of insight on exactly you know, how transgenderism is categorized, and how, going into gender dysphoria or gender identity, and how dissociative identity or dissociative disorder, and of course I even pull that up too, of how people who have DID, once again going into narcissism, going into psychopath. We talk about this, honey, how a lot of people have DID will come off as if they have GID. And it's like, yeah, you don't have GID though, mama. And typically, people who get GID, they're born with that. Okay. GID is a past life, a intuitive, a higher self energy coming in, expressing itself in a different way. DID is trauma based. So if you are a trans person, or you're somebody who identify as a woman, and you've been sexually assaulted before you even knew what gender and sexuality was, if you've had abuse from a mom or father or dad or whatever, a relative, somebody older, more than likely you have DID and not GID. Okay. So either way, of course, this is, going into the clinic. Y'all can do your research on this stuff. It goes really, 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 really in depth. Okay, and it talks about the prevalence. Gender identity disorder first came to professional attention. Clinically, perspectives were largely focused on how to identify candidates for sexual reassignment surgery. Now, this is the whole purpose of the Harry Benjamin standard of care. If somebody said that they felt like a female, we need to know for sure this is somebody who feels like a female, and this is not somebody who feels like a female because of trauma. Even like I told y'all, going into how they said you have to go see a psychologist and have the 2 year real experience. And a lot of people never had that. A lot of people were, playing it safe, dressing like a man, putting on makeup, and then 2 years later they fully became a woman. When the whole real experience back in the day was you had to actually dress like a woman 24/7 all day for 2 years, and they needed to see how you reacted mentally. If you were suicidal, if you were this or that, then they would say, you know what, we don't think that this is for you. And they would not recommend SRS for you, because that means that you're more than likely to become suicidal. Actually, once you get it done, actually go, because people are not seeing that fantasy. Nowadays, they really don't go by this. There's girls that had a sex change that really doesn't identify as a woman. And that's why I feel like the suicide rate of transgender people are a lot higher, okay, than it previously was. Okay, so it says right here that some people with bona fide gender identity disorders neither desire nor were candidates for sexual reassignment. Now it said some people. I'm that person, okay? I'm not qualified to have sexual reassignment. I just don't want to do the risk. The risks that are involved, the bleeding, the not being able to feel myself, where there's power in your root chakra, there's power in your sacral. So when something is not functioning properly down there, you go to the best of the best doctor, girl. I know a girl that went to a good doctor and charged $100,000 for an SRS, girl, and mama can't feel shit. And then you got to dilate yourself every couple of hours, girl. Could you imagine that? Like, no, thank you, honey. No, thank you. And so it said that some persons, some, not a large quantity, some of them actually are bona fide, people that feel like they are the opposite sex, right? But have then the anatomical parts of what they were born, right? Biological. But like I said, they're you just know. You know, based on presentation, you know, based on livelihood, just because you got your ping and you don't want to get it cut off, don't mean you're out here screwing people. I do plan on having children. I would go about it the way of it's surrogacy. I would go about it the way of, IVF. They'll think about me getting down and sticking it in and somebody, oh, girl, that's not for me. That's not going to be for me. I know girls out there that said that they don't mind doing it. And I'm just like, well, mama, you may not be GID though, girl. Then you might just be DID. And that's okay. Like I said, it does not make you more of a woman or less than a woman. I'm just saying that maybe your gender identity or what you feel like you are, okay, maybe it's caused by an experience that you had. And typically the girls or the guys that do not want to go all the way with being the trans woman or live out that role or be a representation of that typically have some type of sexual trauma. And once again, I speak from my experience and the people that I know, the people that I've met. When they're not really trying to put in that effort of being that woman, they're not trying to put in that effort of, okay, let me actually carry this role. And like I said, I know people on both perspectives. I know people that don't have no surgery and still identify as trans. I know people that had a lot of surgery and identify as trans. And on both ends of the spectrum, One, on the other end where they're like, okay, I'm not trying to get the surgery. I feel like I don't have to change my voice. I don't have to walk a certain way. I have to talk a certain way. You know, I would say they're more expressive with their feminine energy, feminine nature, feminine expressions versus the one that had the surgery, the one that had the surgery, the one that looks good, the one that had, this, that. I pinned $200,000 on surgery. They're a little bit more aggressive, more masculine, and they're okay with being called Sir still or being called Mario still. Like they don't care about that stuff. So, like I said, based on them, and even going into, like I said, both perspectives have been sexually traumatized. Both sides, both ends of the spectrum, they both have had sexual encounters before their brain was fully developed. Which why I tell you, children at a certain age, although they say that children are very sexual, I feel like that's the pedophile thing pushing that shit out there. I do feel like children are curious at a certain age, but the whole thing about a kid knowing what a girl is and what a guy is, and he's only 3 years old, there's some type of perversion in that. Okay, even going into the brain being developed and why they teach sex education when you're fucking 15 years old. Can we talk about it, or you don't want to talk about it? So, bitch, if you've had any type of sexual experience before that, you were exposed to sexual experiences before that, you've been traumatized. So, like I said, maybe your GID is actually DID, and why we don't relate, why we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the trans experience. So, either way, going into going into going up, where is it at? I saw it, where is it at? Oh my god, where is it at? I moved it down, and oh my god, where is it at? Honey, wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. Here we go. It says that, and this is the most recent prevalence information from the Netherlands for the transsexual end of the gender identity disorder spectrum. Once again, gender identity is a spectrum, okay? So because you're a gender identity, and because you say, well, I'm non-binary, or I'm non, I'm a trans, it doesn't mean you're transsexual. They said transsexual end of the gender identity spectrum. It says that 1 in 11,900 males. Oh, okay. So now it's even greater now. So for every 11,900 males, oh, well, let's go up. The earliest estimated prevalence of transsexualism in adults was 1 in every 30,000 males actually identified as a transsexual, meaning that they looked the part, they act the part, they had the documentation switched over, like they lived it up. Whether it was 100%, they actually did the efforts though. And then it says 1 in every 107,000 females. Okay, the most recent one is in the Netherlands, and of course, I'm sure the Netherlands population is not greater than America population, right? It's 1 in every 11,900 males, and it's 1 in every 30,040 or 400 females. Okay, and they actually said 4 observations, not yet firmly supported by systematic studies, increase the likeliness of even higher prevalence. So of course this is people that they actually studied. These are people that are actually went to the therapist. These are people that actually, had the proper procedure. Because I do feel like there are black market transgenders, and there's actually transgenders like me. I'm an actual documented trans person. I'm not a black market girl. I didn't wake up once again and say I feel like I'm, this and that. Like, honey, everything is proven, documented, scientifically backed up. Okay, it's not a theory, it's not an idea. And of course some people are like, well, how's a doctor going to tell me how I feel? Once again, well, have you ever been abused as a kid? Were you ever disrespected as a kid? How were you when your parents kicked you out their house? All this stuff goes into these influences. Once again, we're going to go over that though. Okay, it also goes into um the natural history of gender identity disorder. Ideally, prospective data about the natural history of gender identity struggles would inform all treatment decisions. Okay, anyway, we're not going to get into that. You can read that if you want to on your own time, honey. Okay, so of course they're going into um, diagnosis, the 5 elements of the clinical work. How this go about. Of course, this is the code right here, DSM IV, honey. If anybody knows about medical and all that, there's a CPT book, okay, coding. a medical coding CPT book where it gives you the code and it breaks it down, of exactly what this is and how this is and what this mean, and if this person is really expressing gender identity, or is this just a child growing up expressing themselves, however, whatever. But, okay, transsexualism, dual transvestism, and gender identity disorder of childhood is broken down right here, right now. It said that transsexualism has three criteria: the desire to live and be accepted as a member of the opposite sex. That means, honey, you're not okay with people calling you Mario. You're not like, it's okay for you to call me brother, uncle, whatever you're born biologically. You're not okay with that. I even knew a trans man that their name was Vanessa and they wanted to be called Issa. And they're like, well, Issa could be short for Isaiah, so people doesn't know that my name is Vanessa. And I'm just like, but bruh, like Issa sounds very much like girl, like Miss Thing, like Nisa, Issa, Visa, Lisa. It sounds very, very feminine. So it's like, yeah, mama, you didn't sell me that transsexual fantasy, that trans man fantasy. Okay. Usually accompanied by the wish to make her or his body as crujian as possible with the preferred sex through surgery and hormonal treatment. So that means, baby girl, even if you don't want to take the hormones and or you don't want to have the surgeries to give off the sexual characteristics of a female, once again, you're still going to have everything switched over. You're not going to be okay with being called Mario. And once again, oh, yeah, my ID still says I'm ML, but that's okay because it is what it is. Yeah, baby girl, you're not a transsexual, so you already felt the first part. Going into number two, the transsexual identity has been present persistently for at least 2 years. Girl, you got girls out here saying that all of a sudden they transgender at 35 years old, transsexual. I'm just like, but honey, your whole life you should have known that, especially if you're gay. Like you identified as a gay male your whole life or a gay woman your whole life, right? Because you clearly like so we talk about before coming out as a trans person. If you were a male who identified as a male who was into other male, at that time you were a homosexual. So at that point, you were comfortable enough. You were already in the LGBT umbrella. Why were you not like, bitch? I feel like I'm a woman, so no, I cannot put myself in this perspective. And I even feel like too, there's a loophole with this where these individuals will even say, "Well, I've always felt like a woman because I'm a bottom end of the relationship, and I always attract straight men." Okay, buku gulu lulu. Okay, baby girl, that's everybody's story. There's even lesbian women that always feel like a woman. They're a bottom and they get hit on by straight men. Okay, it does not turn an apple into a motherfucking orange. It's a little deeper than that, boo boo. Okay, with or without a man coming into your life, were you a female? When you woke up, did you say, "Bitch, I see it"? Did it take someone else to show you the ropes? Because, bitch, somebody had to show me the motherfucking ropes. Okay, hello. Going into the next one. The disorder is not a system of another mental disorder or chromosomal abnormality. Hello? So that means right there, honey, that there's not no, I'm not depressed. I'm not bipolar. Like I said, a lot of these transgenders allegedly are on psych meds. They're bipolar, they're schizophrenic. And like I said, why is it that every time they're promoting trans people as being mentally ill? Like if you're taking psychotic pills for dysphoria or bipolar, all the good stuff, honey, more than likely you're not transsexual. More than likely there's something else going on there. You suffer from anxiety, depression. We're talking about extreme, and you really cannot manage it. And like I said, almost every trans allegedly person I know, uh, honey, is suffering from this up to this point. I myself is the only one that yeah, I don't yeah. I have anxiety, but bitch, it's not extreme. And it's not me being afraid of people and I can't go out and live my life. Bitch, I go out every motherfucking day and I'm always around people. Okay. I don't have an anxiety of any of that. But these people have this anxiety about, am I passable enough? Will people see me as what I am? So, bitch, are you really transsexual or is there something else going on there? Going into dual role transvestism, it said that the individual wear clothes of the opposite sex in order to experience temporary membership in the opposite sex. Once again, I know a lot of so-called transsexuals who do this. when it comes down to the money, they put on makeup, weave, nails, hey girl, what's up, doing all their tea. When it's not involving money and the attention of a man, or they don't feel like they're in a mood, now they want to wear baggy clothes. Now they want to wear boy t-shirts, boy pants. They might have on girl shoes, or they might wear girl, have on makeup or whatever. But most importantly, when they're not in the mood to make their money, when they're not in the mood to be that girl, like I said, now, honey, they want to downplay and be that boy. Okay, hello? Okay. There's no sexual motivation for their cross dressing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. See, that's where the line gets a little muddy at, because yeah, I think a lot of people that I know that are cross dressing or express themselves in the opposite gender that they were born, I do feel like it's only for sexual kicks. Even going into the sense of some people saying that, me being completely slutty, and of course I'm not, throwing my sister under the bus. But they're saying that I'm completely slutty, me being a whole me, showing off my ass, my titties. When I bend over, they can see my balls hang out. That I feel more feminine and more desirable. And that's why I tell you, for me, I know that sexuality is in the mind. Like, I've gone out in sweatpants, still woman sweatpants, and a woman t-shirt still, but downplaying myself, and people were still trying to get it. I've been out in public, like I said, even fully covered from the neck down. You can't see anything. You only could assume, but something about me still attracted these people into saying, damn, like, I want you, baby. And it's like, ooh, bitch, like, you're a little weird. Even going to how we wear masks in public right now, mask in public, no makeup on. My mouth is covered. I have my glasses on, so I look very, very, just froppy. I call it froppy, and people are still trying to get it. People are still trying to get. Oh, let me get that number. What's up? Mm. So it's like, honey, dressing in women's clothing does not make you feel more of a female, unless, like I say, you're cross dressing. If you're cross dressing, then of course it's going to make you feel more feminine. But if you are actually a woman, once again, you don't have to look at other women to get your motivation to be a woman. And then also, you don't have to dress a woman like a woman, which a lot of people are thinking that being a woman means you're dressing slutty. The more skimpy, the better. Then you don't have to dress like that to convince people that you are female, because, like I said, you are already female. So who are you convincing? Yourself or others? Because they already see that you're a female, baby girl. If they see your body, they see your hair, whatever. So now it looks like you're trying to convince yourself that you're female by dressing and being like that. No shade. Okay. And then it says the individual has no desire to permanently change to the opposite sex. Once again, surgery, breast implants, modifying, taking out your testicles, because that is probably the most prominent, simple thing you could do to be like, okay, bitch, you really say you are what you are, take those balls out. So, like I said, getting into that. They're not trying to get no surgeries. They're not trying to legally change their name. They're not legally trying to change their gender mark. Okay, they're just like alluding. Okay, girl, then once again, you're not transsexual. You're probably along the lines of dual role transvestism. And then going into gender identity disorder of childhood, of course, it's, telling people how to identify if the little boy, the little girls express themselves in this way. Are they, have they reached puberty yet, et cetera, et cetera. I won't get into that. But you could definitely do your research on that, honey. And then of course it goes into, unspecified, see, all the good stuff. So anyway, once again, you need to go to a mental health professional who works with individual with gender identity regularly, okay, to identify your gender identity. Okay, it's not just, well, I see another girl who's living out this life and I feel like I'm her and she's me. So let me live out the life with her or like her, blah, 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 blah. No, 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 honey. No, 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 honey. There's levels to this, baby. There's levels to this. There's levels to this, honey. Okay, moving it on to subconscious brain and influences. So we know that the subconscious brain is the brain that's always functioning, right? It's the aspect of self that's always functioning, always in motion while you're sleeping, while you're awake. The conscious brain is only in tune when you are aware of things, right? consciously. Like I'm looking at this box. Okay, I'm aware there's a box there. I'm hearing someone call my name. I'm aware that they're calling my name. So that's the differences. Going into the subconscious brain, okay, the subconscious brain, okay, of course, is more sensitive. And of course, this goes to people that work with their subconscious brain. I had a conversation with my sister just last night before I got on YouTube. And I said, sis, I think that a lot of people don't understand me because I like to work from the subconscious brain. We had a little interview thing where, or a joke thing where there was an Indian guy getting up on stage talking about Indian people. And, she thought it was funny and cute. Other people thought it was funny and cute. And I told her I'm uncomfortable with that because I think that consciously we are making these jokes and we're like, hey, I can relate to this, so I'm going to talk about it, right? But subconsciously, if I'm a black woman and I'm looking at this white woman talk about white people, I'm going to have it in the back of my head in this subconscious mind that it's okay for me to also talk about white people. So now when I get up on stage and I'm a comedic and now I'm making fun about white people, now all of a sudden white people want to throw me out and say, oh, she's racist, she's racist, she's racist. But when you were on stage talking about white people, why were you not racist? Well, because it's me. And I'm like, no, 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 no. So why even express? Why even entertain? Why even give me ammo? Why even feed my subconscious mind to give me validity in disrespecting you? And even going into the word nigga. I feel like everybody can use it because black people use it. And if you don't want white people to use it, bitch, stop using it too. What's good for the goose, good for the gander. So, like I said, speaking from the subconscious mind, we give people permission to treat us certain way and talk certain ways to us because we talk certain ways to ourselves. If you really thought you were a bad bitch and you really thought that you're a goddess, a boss, whatever the hell is, then you need to carry yourself that way. And when someone call you out or they disrespect you, bitch, you call them out and say, bitch, listen, that's unacceptable. And you keep it moving. But if somebody is calling you a bummy ass bitch and you're carrying yourself as a bummy ass bitch, whatever that may be, then why are you upset they're calling you a bummy ass bitch? Because that's what you're giving them. You're giving them the illusion to call you a bummy ass bitch. Going into stereotypes. If you don't want people to stereotype you and put you in a cast, oh, she looked like a Bon Qui, oh, she looked like a Karen, then y'all need to stop doing shit to make them put you in that category because they don't think everybody's a Bon Qui or a Bon Quisha. I've never been told, like, bitch, you give me Bon Quisha tea. Like I said, and I know a lot of white people that grow, they don't give you Karen tea. But like I said, when you fit these stereotypes, you're giving people permission to call you these things, and you're upset about it. Once again, we are influenced by our subconscious mind. So people that are understanding the subconscious mind and live within the subconscious mind are more sensitive to intuition and greater influences over their mental processes and perception. See, like I said, a lot of people they get upset at me, girl, because I talk about I don't watch certain shows, I don't eat certain foods, I don't be around certain people. Because once again, I understand my own mental processes and perception, and I don't want you to dilute that. And like I said, that's not me thinking I'm better than other people, because there are people that have a like mind like me, and clearly those people I talk to a lot. I deal with a lot. I deal with it on a regular basis. But like I said, we have a big difference, or I feel like I'm taking steps back with you. We had this conversation not too long ago where there's these people are artistic, and I didn't know this until I really started looking into the autistic spectrum. And these people are grown people and they can have conversations, but when it comes to real shit, they want to be playful and let me expose this bitch. And they're into the kid stuff. And so I said, I don't feel comfortable dealing with these people. So I stepped back, and the other adults in the situation was like, oh, mama's making fun of disabled people. No, 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 honey. I can't be around that energy like that because these people are really trying to convince me that they are normal and functioning like me, but yet their ideas and their concepts are different from mine. And that I just feel like I'm stepping back. So for my sanity, okay, and for my peace of mind, and for me not being offensive to them, and I want to be respectful and I want to be sensitive to their needs and stuff. I'm stepping back. I don't have to be around that every day. I don't have to, subject myself to that. And like I said, there's no shade. That's my prerogative. That's what I choose to do. Okay. So once again, when you are in that, when you don't give a fuck, when you're not aware of your subconscious mind, you do things differently. You want to look up IGs of celebrities living their life instead of you living your life. You don't got time to make your own money. You don't got time to make your own dreams happen. But every time you turn around, you got time to say, girl, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, blah, 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 blah. You got time to say, oh my God, did you hear about Cardi B slapping up Lizzo? Like that. You girl. Once again, because you're not aware of your subconscious mind and how you can focus on these people will only take you further away from yourself. And then you're sitting here at 35 years old saying, I really don't know me. Well, duh. Because your whole damn life you've been observing and watching other people instead of observing and watching yourself. Instead of saying, I want to talk myself today. I want to go to the park myself today. I want to go to the store by myself. I want to go eat by myself today. You're not spending time with yourself and getting to know all aspects of you. Okay, so out of the way, since this also leads to having a great influence of your reality, and all great things start within the mind. After all, once again, how I feel like this ties in to the whole gender identity, or people that are claiming to be gender identity, but are actually DID, is their subconscious mind is leading them. So their conscious mind is saying, I want to be a woman for whatever reason. But it's the subconscious mind that leaked that. Maybe there was a memory that they had before where they were in the feminine role. Once again, going into the bottom where it says, what are the three main subconscious influences of human behavior? Sexuality and behavior. Okay? It says this is made up of thoughts, memories, and primitive instinctual desires that are buried deep within ourselves. Y'all, me being a Gemini, okay, and when we get into the angelic magic class, you're going to understand the energies of the Gemini. You're going to understand the energies of the Libras, all the good stuff. Celestial, what energies are behind this, of how and why these people move the way they are. When it comes to a healthy zodiacal energy person, somebody who's energetically in tune with who they are. They know who they are before they got in here, and they know who they are when they're going to be leaving up out of here. But going into that, like I said, everything you've experienced is stored within you somewhere. So you seeing daddy disrespect mommy, it's stored in you somewhere. So now when you become older and you either identify as a female or you are interested in females, now you start projecting the same reality because you loved mommy and daddy. And you saw how their dynamics were. Okay. Going into why I said my mom and my stepfather never argued and fight in front of us. And they did, they shut it down very quickly. Okay, you would hear a little nip and nap or tappy bap, but bitch, they shut it down until we left or they went in the room and they had the little, whatever the hell they were dealing with. Girl, I couldn't even tell you, girl, because we did, we heard the moo 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 moo, but we don't know exactly what was going on. Okay, and then it says even far below our conscious awareness. So once again, I've observed people who told me that they were sexually abused as a kid, right? And they're telling me these stories, and because I'm out of that, right? I'm on the outside looking in. And of course, like I said, I deal with the subconscious brain going into intuition while I feel things and I can sense things. I'm like, they're only expressing this because they were sexually violated. But no, they kept saying, no, 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 no. I'm not, no, that's not why. I'm not doing this because I'm sexually violated. I'm doing this because this is how I am. But you were sexually violated at a young age though. So who you are is who you are right now, and that's who identifies right now. And like I said, every 7 years, your life recycles. So you have 1 to 7, 7 to 14, 14 to 21, 21 to 28, and so forth. So everything you lived out 7 to 14 is going to recycle up again the next cycle, which is 30. Oh, come on in here, or 28 to 34. So the same, like I said, the same cycle is it's gonna keep cycling through until you resolve that trauma. You let that trauma go, and then you don't have that cycle within yourself. So it says that even though we're not aware of their existence, they have significant influence on our behavior. Once again, sexual predatorial. I told you, I myself, I'm not a sexual predator. I like people to know what they're getting themselves into versus, okay, I just, I'm gonna try to convince them that it's something totally different and this is my way of getting out. Like, yeah, honey, that's not my cup of tea. Once again, because I'm not traumatized. I didn't have anything that, and if I did, girl, it's been resolved. Going into therapy and seeking help. It's been resolved, but people are doing these things once again. I got to have this man because he had a girlfriend because you secretly don't like your mama. And like so I'm speaking from experience, people I know that have a bad relationship with their mama, and now they're out here trying to sleep with men who have girlfriends. Like, ooh, you got some real issues there, honey. And like I say, even going into the sideline team, I think people who either had issues with their mother and or were raised without their mother tend to settle to be a sideline, and not a sideline to where you're kept, meaning that this man is paying your bills. This man is really taking care of you, right? He's keeping you. I mean, in a sense of bitch, you're being the sideline and you're just being there to be there. And okay, occasionally he probably take you out. Occasionally he probably help you out. Occasionally he probably do for you. But like I always say before, relationships is a business move. There's no point me dating you, marrying you, or having a kid with you. There's nothing you could do for me in the long run. There's no point in that. And I would think friendships too. Friendships are about business too. There's something that you're coming into my life. You're either going to be an asset or a liability. What are you going to be contributing to? Okay. Or what are you going to be taking from me? And we got to compare and contrast that constantly. Okay. And so, like I said, people are not aware of that. But like I said, these thoughts, these memories, and these primitive or insensual, because of course you were trained when your brain was still developing up until 7 years old, right? You saw these things, you experienced these things. Why I even tell y'all, I don't think that little children should be taught about GID, DID, and all that good stuff. They should not be teaching that in the schools unless it's an 8-year old, 9-year old, 10-year old. Yes, I feel like that's okay. But kindergarten, first grade, third grade, honey, yeah, they don't need to be concerned about what is a male, what is a female, honey. Teach those babies how to read, write, and spell. Teach those children how to be productive individuals, girl. Like my stepdad taught my motherfucking ass. Bitch, my stepdad would have books, girl. He was a garbage man. He would get books and he would bring books home, girl. He gave me books on pottery. He gave me books on medical. He gave me books on reading, writing, cars, bitch, whatever. And he would say, "Do you know how to read this?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." And he'd be like, "Okay, show me." And he would make me read what the shit was saying. And of course, I was curious. And because I wanted to know more, I kept reading the motherfucking books where he would say, "You, matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all something. There's something I'm gonna be doing for y'all in a very, 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 very near future that pertains to that." So, like I said, my intelligence, my sense of self, my awareness of my reality, my ability to control my reality came from me being a kid, me learning how to tie my shoe at 3 years old, me going into preschool, head start, and people, who are you, what are you, we start out saying our name, what your name were, who, how you felt, how you feeling today. I'm feeling good. How you feeling today? I'm not really feeling good. You whatever. And you would talk about it. We had a reading buddy. I remember my reading buddy, her name was Piglet. Yeah, I remember that girl. Remember that very, very well. Mama name was Piglet, and she always smelled like mayonnaise and pickles. Mama, I don't know if she had that on a sandwich. I don't know what was going on, but Mama's breath always smelled like mayonnaise and pickle. And I said, "Damn, this bitch having a girl." Like I said, y'all, I was in preschool, which I remember this very well. So either way, these memories and these thoughts, whether you want to believe it or not, or you even remember, because like I said, I had trauma that I did not remember until I went to therapy. I had a very big issue with something which I will not put out there. And when I went to therapy, it was revealed. Like I said, I was ran over by a car when I was riding a bike. And of course, you know, that whole issue was wiped out. I didn't remember none of that. But of course, going to therapy, it unlocked itself. So it's like a lot of things of how we act, we're asking for attention. A lot of things that we do, we're asking for validity in our experience. When we are lacking something, we are seeking it in other people. When we don't feel that we're confident enough of being a woman, when we don't feel like we're confident enough of being this, okay, bitch, I want to be extreme. I want to put polka dots on my face. I want to wear blue and purple hair. I want to put rainbow eyeshadow on. And bitch, you're a trans woman? So there's something really going on there. Going into, like I said, I'm trans, but I'm into everything. Something happened. There's an influence there. Once again, going into therapy, going into counseling. If you went to a real therapist, a real counselor, tell them if you're still going to identify as a trans person. Okay. And like I said, even going into a whole other aspect, and even going back to what I was saying initially, individuals who are identifying as trans women, need to be held accountable and need to be proven that they actually are experiencing gender identity. Okay. Because even going into, and we're going to stop this very quickly because I want to pull this up right here. I want to pull this up right here. Okay. Can we pull this up? Oh, woo, girl. Yeah, okay, y'all. My toothbrush is done charging. Okay, but I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna give y'all 30 more minutes. We'll be done at 1 o'clock. So let's share the screen. A lot of y'all aren't ready for this. A lot of y'all don't like this type of teaching, and that's okay. Bitch, I'm not here for your likes. So, give a shout out to my supporter, my contributors, my gifters. Like I say, y'all let me be who I am. You let me express myself the way I want to express myself, and you still here. People on the outside be like, girl, you will get more followers if you cleaned up your act. And I'm just like, girl, but a lot of people got a lot of followers and they got a nice act. And they still be like, can you please, can you please, can you please? My supporters believe in me. My supporters know what we're doing now and what is to come in the future. And they'll be the first ones to get some inside tea on some tea. But either way, they know what we're doing. And the fact is that they're listening to Spirit and they're saying, Spirit is guiding me to help you, to give to you, to be there for you. It's amazing because a lot of people talk the talk, but don't walk. And I just have to say that, CR and LT, they talk the talk and they walk to walk. They actually truly are there to support and they show it even outside of just saying hi and bye. They say, baby girl, we don't really know because they never ask, bitch, what you do when we give you this tea? Are you out here splurging? Are you having fun? Or what you don't? They don't care. They said, baby girl, we know and we trust that you're doing something with the tea we're giving. And so we're going to keep on giving. Like I said, I'm going to show y'all. I got to show y'all better than I can tell y'all. Oh, come on here. Ow! Bitch, people want to watch. You watch. And you'll know some things. Anyway, let me get into this before we're done, honey. And we're going to be done, y'all. Just let me explain myself for a couple of more minutes, okay? Ow! Okay. So going into DID. Okay, come on in here. Okay. Hello? DID is dissociative identity disorder. It is a mental health condition. Someone with DID has multiple distinct personalities. The various identities control a person's behavior at different times. The condition can cause memory loss, delusions, or depression. DID is usually caused by past trauma. So even going into the trans experience, these people identify as a female when the time is right. And then when the time is something else and maybe another identity kick in, maybe it's their real nature, the man they were born, now they want to impregnate women or they want to get impregnated by men. And I haven't said this before going even to the trans man experience. I find a little different that these trans men are obsessed with gay men. Like these trans men are not obsessed with men. Like they don't care if it's a man. They're obsessed with the fact is that they want a gay man. They want a man who's into other men. And I'm like, to me, that gives me either some type of sense of you're struggling with who you actually are, or that give me some type of trauma that's coming back out. Like it reminds me of the serial killer that they called Munster back then. Y'all remember the lady who was she was into men. I guess she was raped by a man, so she decided to not be into men sexually, but mama decided to get at these men. So she was killing these men. She went on a spree. And so, like I said, I'm reminded by that when they're only interested in these gay men. Like, are you trying to turn these gay men out? Is there some type of loop? Even going into a sense of, I told you, a lot of women don't like straight men because the straight men like to dig down in and everybody. So for the gay man, they're like, well, technically he's still a virgin because he's only had sex with a man. So I really want that because I'm looking at a fresh meat penis. And so they're getting excited about the fact that this is a gay man, right? And so I think even going to this trans man experience thing, that a lot of that comes from that too. And we're not talking about everybody. I think a lot of them, once again, are traumatic. Something happened to them traumatically, and they're projecting that onto other people. Let me turn out. Very much like a sexual predator. Okay. And like I said, that's what I feel. And then so they say there's 4 different types of um, dissociative identity disorders. And we're going to go right into this right now and we're going to be done. Okay. Disassociation is the mental process of disconnecting one's thoughts, feelings, and memories of or sense of identity. Okay. So someone being born a male, they grew up being called Mario. Now they're like, listen, I'm Vivian. When Mario was a boy, he fished. Now Mario's Vivian. I'm not into fishing. But Mario will still come back up though when they're dissociative, honey. Going into Caitlyn Jenner. Mama still like racing cars. Mama still let her kids call her daddy. And I'm like, I heard that girl. I heard that DID. I heard that Miss Thing. So it says right here, the dissociative disorders that need professional treatment include dissociative amnesia, okay, amnesia, dissociative fagua, fagui, fagua, okay, fugue, okay, depends on the tongue, and depersonalization disorder and dissociative identity disorder. So all of this needs professional treatment. Okay, basically, all of this needs professional motherfucking treatment, honey. Okay, and most mental health professionals believe that is an underlying cause of dissociative disorders is chronic trauma in childhood. Once again, between the ages of birth to 7 years old. Okay. This is not to read people down, this is to educate. So we want to go into dissociative amnesia. Okay. This when a person cannot remember the details of a traumatic or stressful event. Usually when people are in trauma, period, they don't remember it. Oh, I don't remember my dad violating me. I don't remember that. I know my dad always loved me. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, honey. The way you're talking though, I think that your dad possibly touched you. The way you're talking, the way you're acting, the way you're moving, and oh, if I wasn't my dad's child, I would definitely give it to him. Yeah, ain't nobody talking about their dad or mother in a sexual way, honey, unless they into some tea or they did some shit. No tea, no shade. Although they do realize they are experiencing memory loss, okay, that means they do know they're experiencing memory loss, honey. This is also known as psychogenic amnesia. Okay. This only lasts for a few days, okay, to 1 or more years. Once again, a lot of girls be detransitioning. Once again, mama, some type of amnesia. You don't remember, huh? All right. Okay. And of course, you look into localized, selective, generalized, systematized, right? Systematic ties. Anyway, and then going into dissociative fugua, fugu, fugue, okay, it's also known as psychogenic fugue. The person suddenly and without any warning can't remember who they are and has no memory of their past. Oh my God, girl, this is going into the serial killer that we saw last night, Harvey Marcelin. They don't realize they are experiencing memory loss and may invent a new identity. Hello? Hello. Typically, the person travels from home, sometimes over thousands of kilometers, while in the flu, which may last between hours and months. When the person comes out of their dissociative food, they're usually confused with no recollection of the new life they have made for themselves. So people are going in and out of this memory, honey. Today I was born Thomas. Tomorrow I'm Tanisha. And then when you're Tanisha, you're having your fun, then oh fuck Tanisha today. I'm Thomas, bitch. Let me get some of that poom. Not out here impregnating prisoners and shit. They're in an all-female prison getting down with the get down. Hello? Let's get into it right now. Depersonalization disorder is characterized by feeling detached from one's life, thoughts, and feelings. Once again, I don't want to be, and I tell y'all, okay, my mother gave birth to me. My mama knows me more than any other human being on this planet. Becoming detached from my life, thoughts, and feelings, I will not want to be connected to my mother. Okay. I accept all of me. Okay. And like I said, I just have to throw that out there. Okay. Going into, well, girl, you might have depersonalization too because you changed your old life. You changed your own thoughts, your own feeling. No, baby girl, I'm the same girl. Anybody can tell you, girl, I've been a girl. I'm the one you see right now, girl. This been me since I was 3 or 4, baby. Never changed. Only thing changed, bitches. Boobs got bigger. Skin got, I don't know if it got softer because I've always had soft skin. Anyway, girl, but I'm still the same person, girl. Same personality and everything, mama. You better ask somebody who knows me. People with this type of disorder say they feel distant and emotionally unconnected to themselves as they are watching a character in a boring movie. Okay, bitch, I'm bored. Let me go spice it up. Now it's Drag Con, girl. Now it's Shazay Shantae. Woo, woo, woo. When I'm not done up, I don't feel like I'm that girl. When I put on 20 pounds of makeup, 30, 30 inches of lashes, and I'm wearing some 20-inch high heels, now all of a sudden I feel like I'm that girl. Uh-huh. Other typical symptoms include problems with concentration and memory. Oh, girl. No shade. I be knowing girls out here, girl, that would tell you two different stories. Don't even know they told you two different stories. Girl, they would tell you, yeah, honey, my auntie fell off a balcony. And when she fell off the balcony, we thought that when she fell off the balcony, that mama was losing it. And then 2 months later, the story is my auntie was pushed off the balcony. And it's like, wait a minute. You said your auntie jumped off the balcony. No, 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 I didn't. No, I didn't. I said she was pushed. No, 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 honey. 2 months ago. No, I know what I said because it came out my mouth. Oh, okay. Let me start recording what the fuck you saying then, honey. No, no, you said she jumped off, baby. She jumped off and she got pushed off. It's two different things, baby. Okay, hello. Even going into concentration, honey. No shade. Some people, I can't do more than one thing that deals with concentration. I can't do more than one thing at one time, honey. The person may report feeling spacey or out of control. Time may slow down. They may perceive their body to be different shape or size than it is usual. In severe cases, they cannot recognize themselves in a mirror. Ooh, girl. This goes into a lot of transgenders, girl. Who's that girl? Bitch, it's you. I see the same bitch. I look in the mirror, bitch, with makeup, without makeup, girl. When I was younger, bitch, I see the same motherfucking bitch in the same motherfucking mirror, girl. Hello, okay. Dissociative identity disorder is now the most controversial of the dissociative disorders and is disputed and debated among mental health professionals. It says I previously called multi-personality disorder. This is the most severe kind of dissociative disorder. The condition typically involves the coexistence of two or more personalities, man and female, right? Male or female. You got when the female comes out, the female now has a mature side, a playful side, and a sexual side. The male has a mature side, a sexual side, whatever, whatever. Hello? Let's talk about it. You're living as Susan, but you still want to move and act like Tommy sometimes. I'm just saying. Okay, they're within the same body. While the different personality states influences the person's behavior. Once again, when you're Tommy, you're shy, you're reclusive, I'm just looking, right? I'm just looking because I'm being a predator. I want to get some of that kitty cat. When you're being Susan, now you're louder, you're flamboyant. Hey, who, ha, who. And I'll be noticing this with some people too. No shade. When some people is spazzed out when they're pizzazzed and dressed up, honey, they're more softer and hey and baby and come on over. And it seem more nicer. When they're not really dressed up, dolled up, now they're a little more, oh, I'm not gonna do it. Never mind. I don't see no point in that. It's stupid. Yeah, let me not do it. And it's just like, ooh, okay, those are personalities coming out right there, girl. Okay. And they said these people are not aware of their personalities, honey. Girl, I'm at the point, girl, I don't even care about even saying, honey. I just saw the personality switch. Because I say that's what I can't deal with people every day. Because then if you start calling it out, now you're being a little offensive. And I don't want to be that girl. Okay. The other states may have different body language, voice, tone, outlook on life, and memories. Once again, I know a lot of so called trans people with this experience. Okay. When they're done up, like I said, they're more ambitious. They're more this and that. They're more creative. Yes. Hey, I'm going to do ABCDFG by May the 1st. I'm going to do. When they're not being that girl, now it's, oh, I don't know when that's ever going to happen. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, did I say that? I don't remember saying that. So now it's like, okay, did you say that while you were dressed up, or did you say that when you were not dressed up? Like now we're getting into it. Did you say that when you were that girl? Did you say when you weren't that girl? Hello, even going into storylines when girls be in that Don Dada girl, Now they, girl, yeah, I met this guy and he was a millionaire. He gave me a couple of thousands. And then when they not in that done data, girl, they being them regular old self, girl, dressed down, no makeup, nothing. Oh, I never had an experience like that. It would be nice to get a man. And it's like, wait a minute, do they not know that they said they already had that experience? So are they lying? Or is these personalities coming out? They're personalities. Yeah, they're not lying. They're not aware of it. Okay. The person may switch to another personality state when under stress. A person who has dissociative identity disorder also almost always has dissociative amnesia too. Girl, did I say that? Did I say that? I don't remember saying that. Okay. So, like I said, all of this goes into all of this goes back into what I was stating. Just because someone identifies as a transgender, um, it does not make it to be true. Okay, because I can say, I feel like a dragon. And then you're like, but you don't give me a dragon. You don't look like a dragon. You don't talk like a dragon. You don't act like a dragon. You don't smell like a dragon. And then you're trying to get people caught up in that illusion. Like I said, going into them, they, and there. It's like we know that them, they, and there. We're gonna see what Google says right now too on that. Can we see that? They, okay. We're gonna see what Google has to say about they and them. Let's see what Google gonna say now because we know things get changed up on motherfucking Google. So it says, oh, see, now they pull up non-binary. So before this, what were y'all talking about when they say they and them, honey? Hello? What was y'all talking about? So going into the dictionary, Oxford Language Dictionary, okay, it says that they is used to refer to two or more people or things previously mentioned or easily identified. It says used to refer to two or more people. Isn't that DID? Let's go back to DID. Didn't DID says two or more personalities? A condition that involves the coexistence of two or more personalities. Isn't that what the idea is? Little. Okay. And then it says the two men could get life sentence if they are convicted. So we're talking about two separate entities. I told y'all they did a documentary back in 2017, and that's when Facebook started switching over to the them, they, and their pronouns, the non-binary. Because like I said, technically we're all non-binary. Technically, we were all born one species or one gender for the first 8 weeks, right, in the utero, and then we develop into the other. Not to mention, we all still have testosterone and estrogen in us. Also, not to mention, too, you have men and woman. Okay, a man and a man with a womb. Okay, a womb. Either way, bitch, it's a motherfucking man. No tea, no shade. Mankind. The Bible said mankind. Okay, let's talk about it for a minute. And it says the other thing is used to refer to a person of unspecified gender. Now we know that's new. Now we know that's new, baby. We know that's new right there. We know that shit's new. Like I said, you don't want to be called a girl or boy. That's okay because I don't refer to people as boy, girl anyway. Hey, boy, come here. Hey, girl, come here. Girl, honey, what's your name? Okay, Susan, come on over here, Susan. Susan, can I ask you a question? Like, baby girl. Okay, we're not playing those. We're not playing that. So, like I said, we're letting people be comfortable in their conditions, and we're okay with that, right? Well, at least they're trying to build it okay, this girl and the girl, girl. Because, girl, if you allow the DID or you allow the non binary, then you're also going to come in because there's going to be a loophole with that. Mark my word. There's going to be a loophole with now men saying, well, I identify as a 5-year-old boy so that they could marry a 5-year-old girl. It sounds weird, but think about that. There's going to be a loophole for that. Well, I identify, and that's such a documentary I saw where daddy had tattoos on him. Daddy had on these clip-on earrings with a floral dress. Sitting there talking about, um, you know, I have a little boy, a little girl inside of me, and I like to have a tea party. And then you have these two grown-ups, which look a little weird too. The mama looked like she was like, along for the party, and the daddy looked like he liked to cross dress and shit, girl. Talking about some, we knew when this individual wanted to come play with our daughter. When first we thought it was like, well, why does grown man want to play with us? But we supervised, and we were like, we don't find nothing wrong with it. And they doing a little video clip of this man sitting on his table, girl, with this little girl with pigtails in his hair, sipping on his teacup. And I'm just like, but daddy is grown enough to get tattoos though. And I don't know about y'all, but I wasn't 5 years old. I don't even got tattoos now. I wasn't 5 years old trying to do adult shit. I wasn't 5, 6, 7 years old saying, you know what? I see adults kissing. I want to kiss too. Like, even as an adult, I don't want to kiss. Even as an adult, I don't want to, like, so it's like, girl. So daddy is only 5 years old when it's suitable, when he's getting his kicks and rocks off, playing with a little fucking girl. And see, y'all think y'all slick on that shit. You're not slick, bitch. We watching you, bitch. And what I need to know is I need to know when this man was at this tea party with his little girl, did y'all follow his ass home and was he under surveillance for a whole motherfucking 30 days? Because daddy was probably going home and doing some shit, thinking about that fucking experience. And y'all been like I said, y'all been think y'all sick, girl. We were talking about this not even too long ago about barbers and stuff. Like, wouldn't it be a good thing for a gay person to become, or a gay man to become, a barber who's into straight men, right? Think about it. You get to touch all on their neck, you get to touch all on their head, turn them around, you get to smell them. They talking about their relationship. Oh, my girlfriend don't like to give me head. Like, think about that for a minute. So it's kind of like, imagine these barbers that are gay when they go home and shit. What do they do? Like, you think that they're not thinking about that experience? You don't think they're trying to turn out possibly their client? Like, girl, I'm sure like they really, really getting excited. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised there's not a barber porn out there. I wouldn't be surprised there was not a barber type of pornography out there. Girl, I would not be surprised, because like I said, girl, these girls are getting off they're getting off other ways, girl. They're getting creative. They're getting very creative, mama. Like I said, I'd be very my mom was telling me at her job that the guys would stand back and watch the girls bend down and lift up shit. And I'm like, because they were getting off. And my mom was like, wait, what? Yeah, they were getting off. What do you mean? Honey, they're sitting there looking at y'all squatting down, getting up, squatting down, getting up. And I said, let me also ask you this too. Well, the woman that was doing all this squatting and stuff, did they have bodies? And she was like, yeah, except for one of them. She's an older lady. And I was like, oh, girl. Huh. Girl. Girl, they were sitting there watching y'all, and they went to that bathroom. I said, bitch, another thing too. Are y'all able to do bathroom? Yes, they are. Yes, we are. Oh, okay. How many times did some of those people go to that bathroom? If they're not doing drugs, they're out there playing with themselves, bitch. Hello? I guarantee, bitch, you have one guy to go and investigate. Listen, when they go to the bathroom, you go to the bathroom if you smell something. They ain't gonna smell a motherfucking thing. That motherfucker gonna be in that bathroom. Matter of fact, a TikTok just showed up. A TikTok just showed up actually the other day of a man sitting there playing video games, and the sister walked out and he go to the bathroom. And I'm reading the comments, and they're like, yeah, back in the day, my homeboy used to always, when my sister come in, he would go to the bathroom and come back out, and nothing was going on. I'm telling you this right now. Y'all gotta watch these people. They getting off. They getting off, girl. Going into, like I said, these so-called transgenders. Like I said, I think women are beautiful, but I don't care to see you naked. I don't, girl. Well, we're women. You can get undressed around me, bitch. Bye. If you telling me that, yeah, honey, you want this. You want this, honey. Let it be a natural thing. If I want to go topless, let me go topless. But bitch, you sitting there saying, "Oh, you can get undressed." I don't mind. Yeah, you're into this, baby. You want to see this? Yeah, because you're into it. Yeah, that's what it is, baby girl. Like I said, girl, going into I need to use a women's restroom. Girl, 20 years ago, I never saw Uncle Gloria using the women's restroom. Now, if y'all look up people getting in trouble for using the women's restroom, girl, they give you Auntie Gloria. And I'm like, but transgender stuff always use the women's restroom. So it's like, it got me looking like, are you trying to use the women's restroom really because you're trying to get off? Are you getting in there and say, I wonder what they're doing in the next stall? Like, girl, what's really going on? Because you're not convincing us, girl, that you want to. You're not convincing us that you sit down when you pee. You're not convincing us that you can relate to what it is to being a woman. You're not convincing us, boo boo. And then out here, well, it's okay because gender identity is different from sexual orientation. How ironic is that though? How ironic would it be that these people are like, I don't ever want to have a sex change. Even though I feel like a woman, I don't ever want to have a sex change, but I also want to become a father because they clearly want to be called daddy. I mean, hell, I think I was even told by one of these girls who dated a trans woman back in the day. Mom was talking to me, girl. Ooh, won't say her name, but she's like, yeah, she used to let me call her daddy and stuff. And I'm like, girl, oh, but it's okay because she was versatile. I would use a strap, and I'm just like, bitch, girl, I had clients try to call me daddy, bitch, and they got the fuck up out of there, bitch. I lost out on some money too, bitch. Bye. You gotta go. Can I call you Zach? No, no, honey. We ain't playing that. You can go ahead and you go play with these cross dressers. Let them call. They'll let you call them daddy, but bitch, yeah, it's time to go. I remember over there in Modesto, girl, there was the guy that came in there, girl. He gave me the money. He put it on a dresser, and he's like, "So what are the cues, right? What are the cues? What are the words that you're okay with me saying? What the words you're not?" And I said, "I'm pretty open. Just don't get disrespectful." So in the middle of the session, honey, girl, I want him to take off, but in the middle of the session, I'm dominating him. He's like, "Okay, daddy." What? Bitch, we stopped immediately. And I guess he thought we were still doing it. And I said, "Motherfucker, stop calling me that." And he's, "Okay, yes, daddy. Yes, daddy. Yes, yes." Because I was hitting him. "Oh, okay, honey, it's time to go." Daddy got up, took that money, exit on out the door. I was like, I should have hit that fucking money. Because now I'm going to have to see another client to make sure that this room is paid for before I go back home. So, anyway, that's it, honey. Let me look at this comments, y'all, before I go, y'all. Look at these comments. Honey, come on in here, Larry. How you doing, Larry? Yes, honey. Al, big loophole. Yes, big loophole. Big loophole in abuse. Parents are part of the pizza scam. Well, you know that. You know that already. You know that already. I find it very odd that um, a lot of Perry's skits and TV shows allude to either homosexuality or some type of sexual deviation, and I find that odd. Once again, what we watch, we project, right? Thanks to the retina and also the good stuff, y'all. I told y'all, vision is in the back of the head, so we're literally it's a box, right? It's a box to a box. You're looking at one box. It kind of reminds me of syncing, right? Oh, good example. So I have these two speakers here that they sync, right? They could be sunk together. It's one, or you could press the button and the sound is two in one. So it's kind of like connecting two things together, right? Synchronizing something. I think that what we're looking at connects with something in here, and we start to display it. So if you are a serial killer, let's say for example, you have serial killer tendencies, right? Because there's such thing as that. Then you see something that's stirring that up. Now all of a sudden you want to reenact what you just saw. And that goes into anything, not even just serial killer, but you could be a makeup artist, you could be a singer or dancer. Now you want to reenact what you just saw. And so it's like going into that. Boxes with boxes meets up. Sorry, the way. What we see, we project out into our reality. Okay. There we go. Come on in here, Melly. Afternoon, yes. Come on in here. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, honey? Yes, we are too blessed to be stressed. That's right. Come on in here, Melly. Yes, honey, Melly. We are too blessed to be stressed. We could never be stressed out because everything is temporary, but definitely what you ask for is permanent. Come on in here. Come on in here, Melly. Let's do it, Melly. Ow. Come on in here. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Good afternoon, TC. Ooh, you up early? I know that's right, honey. Come on in here, Mods. Yes, honey, you are up early. Come on in here, Tina. Yes, honey, lesbian women have more welcoming energy. They do, yes. Now, of course, I met some lesbians that were just rude, disrespectful, and really not comforting, right? But let's say two bad apples for every 100. Yeah, honey, I'll take the other 98. Very loving. Like I said, my best friends are lesbians. Going into a lot of stuff growing up. I saw a lot of lesbian people. I even had a cousin who didn't know the tea like that, but mama was a sugar mama lesbian. But like I said, very masculine in appearance, definitely very manly, wore male cologne, all the good stuff. But she was still more understanding. If you were sitting there having a conversation, everybody else will be up and gone, and she's there listening. And it's like, wow, more in tune, more sensitive, going into a lot of stuff, going even into one of my favorite stores. There's a lesbian there, and she's just so funny to me. She's so funny. And I knew, because people don't know. A lot of people say, I don't know if she's lesbian or not. I have very good dar when it comes to the LGBT, whether it's bisexual, queer and questioning, transgender, lesbian, or gay. I don't care, bitch. I can see it in you, bitch. I know. So at first, you know, I didn't know she was the girl, but I was like, something is different about this lady. Like everybody else in this thing is so boring. They're like, I hate this job. Like literally, girl. They look normal, and then all of a sudden you're like, so, how was your day today? I just started. I'm ready to clock out. And I'm just like, girl. But mama, girl, would come in and she'd be like, okay, y'all, okay, let's straighten up. Get up over there. That move that right there. Yeah, right there. Ooh, and I'm just like, oh, girl, you happy about coming to work, huh? She said, yes, the hell I am, honey. The people could be shitters. The people could be, fucked up. They make you want to slap a bitch up, whatever, not verbatim, but that's what she was alluding. And I even told her, like, girl, you give me I told her she gave me trucker vibes, but I didn't mean that in a bad way because she said, I said, yeah, I feel like you'll be better, driving. She said, yeah, I used to be a truck driver. Anyway, y'all. But either way, girl, I was like, Mama, something's different about her. Mama has to be one of the girls, or Mama has to be the girl. And sure enough, we were talking. She kept saying, my partner, my partner, my partner. Yeah, my partner's taking our calf out, blah, blah, blah. My partner's taking our dog out. Oh, I got a border collie. Oh, you got a border collie too? Oh my God, girl, I got an Australian shepherd. We called her a Camlot Boo Boo, whatever. And I was like, why she keep saying partner? Because every lesbian I know that said partner, they're talking about a woman lover. And sure enough, I said, I want to ask you something, and I hope you don't take offense to this, but are you lesbian? And she said yes. And I've been happily married to my partner for 13 years. And I was like, oh wow, okay. And I said, okay, So I was like, that's what I was getting. And mama is the nicest girl every time. Hey, honey, I'll come in. It's a big store too. I'll come in and she'll see me before I see her. Hey girl, what you doing, girl? You back in the store again? What? Ooh, you like that? I hate that sparkling tonic water. And mama's an older white woman too, y'all. Like probably like maybe 50, 58, 59. But like I said, just very, very nice, very friendly. She knows what it is. Yeah, she just know. Just yeah. Anyway, yes, honey, come on in here. Yes, I know that's right, TC. TC, why you laughing, honey? Ow! TC, why you laughing? Mister, the gay men are fickle and flighty. What does that mean? What is fickle? What is fickle and flighty? What does that mean? You explain this to me, Jay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, TC. Hey, Kiana, come on in here. You get that email, girl. Ow! Come on in here. Yes, honey. Ooh, I'm getting hiccups and shit, y'all. It's time to go, y'all. It's 102. Yes, honey, we are great, Larry. We are great, honey. We are great. Yes, and they need to get amnesia together. Hello? They need to get that. Listen, because you know what's kind of scary about that too is I don't remember. I have a friend of mine that's from the South, and she's from Texas, and Texas don't play y'all. Texas, they can throw you in jail for 60 days for the most stupidest thing. Like you can get a ticket for jaywalking, they can throw you in jail for 60 days minimum, right? They can go more than that, but 60 days minimum. So mama's been in jail a lot of times for a lot of stuff, y'all. And that's what I said, oh girl, I will not be living in Dallas because Dallas is definitely known for that girl. So either way, mama got in trouble for something. And I asked her about it because she tried to well, okay, let's talk about this right now. So mama tried to say that there was something that came up and they tried to accuse her of this crime. And I said, well, I want to get some insight on this because, bitch, if you're into that, then I'm not trusting you when my animals are around kids. So let me pull some tea. So of course, y'all, we're on the phone talking, and I'm pulling the tea, and I said, girl, something is coming up about um sexual deviation with a minor. Like, what is this, right? Okay, well, let me tell you. So, what I was accused of when I was a kid, I used to, message these boys I thought were hot and da da da. And I'm just like, that's so crazy, girl. Like, I'm 2 years older than her, but I'm like, so that means when I was a senior, she was a sophomore. I was not even thinking about shit like that in high school. I was thinking about getting the fuck up out of there. But mama basically was doing vengeance porn. Mama was basically getting people to text pictures of their stuff, and the mama would blackmail them and act like they were another person. And that's how she was doing it. She was acting like she was this person to say Tommy like Danielle. She would act like she was Danielle, and then Tommy would be sending Danielle these teas. And then when Tommy actually met with Danielle, Danielle's like, I'm not hitting you up. And so she kept doing it. And that's how she got busted. So, girl, the police end up coming and knocking on her door, took her computer, took her phone, all this shit. Mama went to jail. And either way, like I said, mama tried to say she was not, she didn't do anything. Like, they accused me of a girl, but I didn't do anything, girl. They said that's what I did, but I didn't do that. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, it's possible that you did it and you just don't remember that you did it because it was so long ago. It's pretty much possible. And she's like, well, I don't have a charge. You went to jail and then they dropped the charges, girl. And I'm willing to say that one of the students that you got involved with, the main victim, their parents was like, listen, we don't want no problems, bruh. I don't want my son to experience this. So let's go ahead and let it go. And that's why I got dropped. That's why I got dropped, mama. That's why I got dropped. But they went into your house, they took your computer, they took your phones. So, baby girl, you did the crime. And so either way, now fast forwarding, this individual once again with amnesia committing these nasty ass horrific crimes, like horrific, like girl, what? And now even to this day, mama be like, I don't remember that. Like it'd be somehow and then when she's in a moment, oh yeah, girl, this man wanted me to blah blah blah. And I was just like, that's a little weird though, girl. Well, girl, I'm just gonna pretend to get the money. And it's just like, yeah, girl, I will not be trusting you around my animals without me being present. And I'm gonna let you know this right now. We need to sign an affidavit to say that if this bitch whooped my ass, she whooped my ass because I did something that I wasn't supposed to do. And that's what I'm gonna do. You're gonna sign this documentation, ma'am, because if something go down and I see something funny going on here, baby girl, it's a done data. It's a done bitch, it's a done deal, sis. Like it's a wrap for you, sis. Like I cannot my conscience, my humanitarian you know, perception, the God in me will not allow you out, will not allow me to let you out this room, this perimeter. And if I were to let you, then I would have to definitely discipline you and teach you a valuable lesson that you don't just put your hands on people and things that are not consenting. So so like I said, I will definitely make the bitch sign something when we meet up. Okay, because bitch, we're not playing that. Okay, could you imagine? Could you imagine my beautiful baby girl who just woke up from a nap? Could you imagine this beautiful little princess right here? Just could you imagine this cute little face? Could you imagine and getting abused? I'll whoop a motherfucking ass. You hear me? I'll whoop a motherfucking ass. Y'all. I remember a guy I dated, y'all, and we broke up too. Anubis wanted to sit in between us. And he would like push Anubis. And I let it slide for like once or twice. But then the last time, y'all, he actually picked up Anubis by the back and threw him to the floor. And I said, bitch, now you gotta go. Yeah, but bitch, I don't give a fuck about that. This is his house. This is his couch. This is his mama. You next to his mama. He gonna sit right here. Bitch, you don't like it, bitch, you gotta go. But no, you gotta go. Oh wow, so you really gonna put a dog before your? Yes, the fuck I will. Yes, the fuck. Yeah, you're damn right. You're damn right. My dog comes before a motherfucking piece of dick, bitch. Okay, I'm not gonna. I don't have to live for the ping. I don't need a ping to survive. You're damn motherfucking right. Bitch, you put your hands on my motherfucking dog, bitch. You put your hands on my motherfucking dog. What happened if you would have threw him down, you would have broke his leg, but would you would have paid for that? So bitch, you gotta go. And bitch, he left and he really was like, bitch, you're a psycho and you gonna be like the cat lady with 50 million dogs and shit. And you damn motherfucking right. And like I said before, you put your hands on an animal, you put your hands on a child. They carry the same motherfucking energy. Innocence. A child can't help themselves, animal can help themselves. So it's like, bitch, you do that to a animal, you do that to a kid. And now I really can't trust you. Cause bitch, I see that shit, bitch, I'm going to motherfucking jail. I don't care if that's your child. Bitch, I see some weird shit go down and whoop whoop, grabbing your daughter and dragging her out, bitch. Okay, bitch, you gonna get dragged. Bitch, now it's time to drag your ass out. And bitch, that's gonna be a world star viral video. I saw this lady or this man grab their daughter by her barrettes out of the shopping cart and dragged her out of the store. So what my instincts kicked in, and so I had to grab that motherfucker by the back of the motherfucking head or the back of the motherfucking neck and drag. And I, you best believe, if I can't pick up that person, people are jumping in to help drag that bitch out the store, bitch. Why they have the child by the motherfucking beretta ponytail, bitch? You best believe, bitch. Somebody gonna get let go first, and it's gonna be that kid first, bitch. I guarantee you. And the motherfucker don't let go. You know, let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Go get them, babies. Go get them. Go get them, babies. Go get them. Go get them. Go get the motherfucker right there. Get that motherfucker. Go get him. Go get him. Go get that motherfucker right there. Go get that bald headed nigga. Anyway, come on in here. Yes, honey. Come on, Edibus. Long time no see. How you doing, Edibus? Long time no see, girl. Yes, honey. Ow. Long time no see. I humbly ask everyone, please keep me in your prayers. My father recently passed. Oh, our condolences, honey. Our condolences. Sorry to hear that. We'll definitely keep you in our prayers. We definitely pray for your mind, your strength. We definitely pray for your patience as well, because of course, grievance is a process, and allow yourself to have all of the time. Thank you, Larry. Larry, you always send a donation. Larry, you always send in a donation. We're appreciative of that donation, Larry. Thank you so much for the donation. Ow, come on in here. Ow. Thank you for the tax, non-tax, the non-taxable donation that you sent. Let me stop. Oh my god. But anyway, yes. Whew. Edible. I know that's a hard situation right now. Yes, honey. You haven't gotten it? Oh my god, 2 days ago. Yes. Oh, it might be in spam. Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you right now. 101, say a wish, y'all. Make a wish. 111. Okay, yes. So let's see. Um, that would be in sent. Yeah. Yeah, it was actually sent on the 21st. So I'm gonna resend it to you. So it's gonna be forwarded. So it's gonna be a blank message first, and then it's going to have that email underneath that. I knew it. I was like, Kiana normally respond. Yes, honey, come on in here. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. One day at a time. That's right. One day at a time. That's right. Grievance is a process. Yes, honey. Definitely move one step at a time, honey. Yes, honey. Yes, come on in here. Yes, Daddy. Larry. They never leave my side. Sometimes it bugs the hell out of me. Sometimes I take Bella goes with me every time I go somewhere, and sometimes I take Sanubis because I don't want him to feel left out. Because animals do have emotions, and feelings. But either way, I kid you not. So Anubis is very protective of Bella, and he's very protective of me. So imagine us all together. This motherfucker bark at cars. This motherfucker bark at motorcycle. Like, girl, we stopped at a light. Somebody walking, he's barking. We driving down the street. The window rolled down. A car pulling up. He barking at the car. And I'm just like, damn. Do you ever get tired of barking? So anyway, so when we take him, it's a treat for him because, honey, I can't do him all the time, honey. Oh, Lord have mercy, I can't. Anyway, I read where a trans got two women pregnant. Yeah, in Jersey, in Jersey, and I said, "Girl, that ain't no damn transgender. That ain't no damn transgender." That's why he said, "I beg you to send me to an all women's prison." He's like, "I beg you, I would love to be in an all women prison." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to get some of that." I'm about to get some home. Yes, y'all. I'm about to get some real proof because these women has not had predatorial. These women have not been laid in a long time. I'm about to lay it down on them. Let me see what this transgender look like. Transgender impregnates inmates. Let's see what this person look like. Mm, incl- girl, girl. This the shit I'm talking about. That let me tell y'all something right here, right now. There's a transgender that a lot of people know. Okay, and y'all, I'm really gonna believe it at 1:30. Okay, for real, for real, for real. So there's a transgender that a lot of people know, and this person is like, I'm that girl, and I'm fish, and everybody sees it for me. And darling, you can never come for me. I'm that good. All this stuff. Mama have breast implants. Mama, allegedly never touched her face. Mama got silicone in the body. Whatever. But Mama's very much like arrogance of a man, not arrogance of like she's confidence in her beauty. Because I think that confidence is human nature. Arrogance is very masculine. Like, I'm the baddest, I'm the greatest, can't nobody tell me shit, whatever, whatever. To make a long story short, and I gotta go low because this all make videos in the daytime, y'all, because there be a lot going on, girl. There be people walking their children, their dog. There be grandmamas walking. There be people coming in. There be FedEx's, UPS's, people delivering packages, shit. Ashley Furniture, everybody coming in here, bitch. So anyway, this girl was like that. She's been a transgender for a very long time. So somebody was like, "Mama's only 40 years old," and I'm like, "Okay, so Mama's been a transgender probably since she was 20." So, okay. Well, somebody pulled up a mug shot, and Mama had a faded head with a mustache and a beard. And I'm telling y'all this right now. Even when I was growing facial hair, you never saw the facial hair. You never saw the facial hair. I did not like the way it felt on the face. Girl, I, I don't know if people can do it. It takes a real man to keep a beard on his face. Because I don't know if people can do it. That shit is itchy as fuck. Ooh, girl. So I'm sitting here looking right now at this so-called transgender, and daddy is all but a man. There's nothing trans or gender. The gendering is not transferring. The gender is not transferring. This is giving me very much so. I'm gonna go to. I don't want to go to a man's prison because the man prison is gonna get me together. I'm going to go in and say that I identify as a trans person, and then I'm going to transition so they can put me in a woman's prison, and I'm going to get all the poom that I want. The same poom I got when I was out. Daddy have a full beard and mustache. Daddy even have his beard lined up. You're transgender. You always felt as a woman. You felt like you were in the wrong body, but you let your eyebrows go astray. Okay, you let your eyebrows go astray. It looked like you wear baseball caps because you have the line on your forehead right there, and then you end up lining up your damn beard too. Like, I'm not convinced that this is what it is. I'm convinced that daddy acted like he was a trans to get in with this woman in prison, and clearly why he got these hoes pregnant. So I want to actually read. Uh, this is the Nigerian news, Rimples, Nigeria. Shout out to Rimples, Nigeria. And it says a transgender woman identified as Demi Minor. La Demi. Don't it sound like a La Demi situation? Demi who? Demi God? Demi what? What's going on here? Has impregnated two female inmates at an all-woman prison, New Jersey, the United States. The women are serving jail term. I don't know if y'all can hear this playing. There's a military base not too far, so it might even be airlines. There's an airport over here too. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but let me still talk, honey. So the women are serving jail terms at the Etna Mahan Correctional Facility. The spokesperson for the Jersey Department of Corrections, Dan Sparazza, told journalists on Friday that the woman became pregnant after consensual sexual relationships with another incarcerated person. Demi Minor admitted that she was responsible for the two women pregnancy via the website Justice for Demi, which she operates from the prison. The prison houses 27 transgender inmates who are biologically men identifying as women. So I want to see what the hell Demi did because Demi seems like a freak. Let me see what the hell this person did, girl. Demi halfway in, halfway out. What's going on? Let's see what's going on with Justice for Demi. Okay. Okay, so what I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to figure out what the hell is, what did Demi go to jail for? Let me see what Demi went to jail for. Okay, Demi is an incarcerated juvenile justice reform advocate seeking to dismantle the foster system to prison pipeline. She has learned as much as she can about the juvenile justice system during her time in prison. She's ready to fight for her freedom so that she can take over this organization to fight for the rights of others. So, Mama like to play with kids too. Demi name was not, nor had it ever been David. But that was the name for her court appointed public defender called her as she mistakenly read someone else's case file. Only 16 years old and succumbing to the social pressure to be a boy, Demi's actual charges for manslaughter stemmed from an act of misdirected hostility in which she killed her former foster father, who she wrongly blamed at the time for a sexual abuse she suffered while under his care. A DID. This is the DID situation. This is a dissociative identity disorder situation. Okay. This is very uncomfortable for me, even reading this, because even going to this prison picture where daddy got cornrows up here with some eyeshadow on, with a necklace on the motherfucking neck. Like, girl, only, so you Banji. You a Banji type of cunt. You know what I mean? You Banji fish. Okay. You very much Banji. You got cornrows braided up. Your eyebrows ain't really all that arched, but I see they filled in. Mama got some eyeshadow going on here. You can see the beard and mustache there clearly because Mama probably can't, have electrolysis or laser inside the jail cell. But Mama have a necklace on, to remind herself about thug life. And I'm just like, girl, where's the womanness at? Where's the womanhood at? But even going into it, I'm not making fun of the victimization. This is a person who was abused by their foster father, okay, and murdered her foster father. And then talk about it was misdirected hostility. It was no fucking misdirected hostility, girl. That was trauma coming up. Where everything is misdirected, girl. Okay, everything. When a white man calls the black girl or whoever an N word, that's a misdirected hostility. So we should forget that too, then, huh? 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 When y'all disrespect Jewish people, we should forget that too, right? Uh huh. Okay. Okay. When you call somebody fat, when you make fun of somebody being skinny, oh, she's underwear. Okay, that's misdirected hostility too, because bitch, you were mad and you called that shit out. That's so we need to forget that too, then, right? 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 The people that are murdering people, we need to let it. Let's just forgive everybody. Everybody have misdirected hostility. The man who called, he said them nappy headed hoes. What's his name? Um, what's that guy's? What's that guy? Ah! Don Imus. When Don Imus said nappy, now first of all, girl, I'm just gonna be honest. This is why I'm laughing. Somebody that looked like Don Imus cannot offend me at all. There's nothing that creptor, reptilian looking, like to eat the babies type of motherfucker can tell me that will make me offended. He said nappy headed hoes. Oh, he died. Oh, he died. Okay. Well, anyway, uh, rest in peace to the dead. Whatever the hell he doing, wherever the hell he at. Either way, nothing that he's given could be offensive to me. He could say nappy headed hoes. He could say nigga bitches. He could say this man thinks that he's a woman. Like I won't be offended with somebody looking like that. Because daddy clearly thinks that he's a man. Daddy clearly thought that he was human. Daddy clearly identified as a white man, and he's not giving me none of that. The white ain't whiting, the man ain't manning, the human ain't humaning. He's giving me, like I said, there's some type of shell of some sort there. And is that a wig? He's giving me very much David Bowie and shit. Is this a wig that he got on his motherfucking head? And y'all gonna say, oh, girl, he look creepy. He looked like the preacher on Poltergeist. He looked like the damn preacher on Poltergeist, y'all. Oh, y'all not, you know who I'm talking about. Just creepy as hell. And y'all offended by him saying nappy headed hoes. Bitch, bye. He can go in and take what he got going on. Oh, girl, I'm disturbed right now. There's no way. I don't know why I looked this man up. I'm just so disturbed right now. Either way, this is sad, y'all. This is sad. This is sad. Trauma, trauma, trauma. And like I said, honey, this is exactly what I was saying, girl. This is a fool. Daddy likes women. Daddy wants to get down with some women and he don't want to hang with y'all and go get y'all nails done together. He wants to fucking suck. Like they said with Prince. Prince only dressed as a woman because he knew that woman liked that. So he used that to attract women. Girl, this is going back to the 80s. Y'all look it up. They said it. They did a documentary. Daddy wore makeup and heels because he said that he wanted to attract women. And women like makeup and heels. So it's like, this is the Prince syndrome. Daddy was into vagina. Daddy wanted to be with it. And he said, you know what? My only way of being it and getting it while I'm locked up for life, let me be locked up in for life with these women. Okay. And so daddy was not thinking because you have DID, you might have amnesia. He wasn't thinking, you dumbass, when you impregnate these women, bitch, you gotta go. You dumbass. When you get down with the get down, bitch, you gotta fucking go. So, bitch, this dumbass got these women pregnant, and now, bitch, look what's gonna motherfucking happen. Look what's gonna happen. You're not smart. And then you're having children in the prison system and their mama's locked up. So now the children got to be either put into foster care, which you were put into foster care, and then these children are going to possibly get abused like you got abused. So it's like, girl, it doesn't make it right. Trauma is not being resolved. Trauma needs to be resolved, honey. Looking a hot ass mess, honey. A hot diggity doggone mess, bitch. Crazy as hell. Crazy as hell. Girl. And I was gonna say, looking at the picture too, if you go look at the images, daddy looks like a murderer. You want to know what murderers look like? Look at all the murderers' mugshot and look at their eyes. And how ironically too, that daddy was a man when he got locked up. Daddy was a man when he got locked up. How weird is that? That daddy got locked up as a man. Daddy did not transition before he went to prison, but now he's trying to convince the world that he is actually trans. Oh, bitch. Oh, bitch. I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all, bitch. I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick. I'm sick of all of you. Okay? Sick of it. I'm sick of it, honey. I'm sick of it. A hot damn mess. Some of the trans swimmer, oh, 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 oh. Speaking of Aquaman, speaking of that, now I'm telling y'all this. I'm telling you with all respect. This is I'm for equality. I'm for if I was to go into a competition, and they're like, listen, you can't be there because men are smarter than women and your intellect is of a male, whatever. I'm gonna fight for that, right? I believe like I should have an opportunity to prove myself, right? Because there are women that if you go on into looks and stuff, there are women that are more burly, more bigger, more broader, more masculine than me, and probably even more smart. When I say probably, they are more smarter, but either way, more intelligent. So going into that swimmer person, I'm just like, this is a conspiracy theory. This is some shit right here. Going into all the women's of the year, like what happened to the women that the trans women that have been like Stephanie and the Melissas and stuff that have been a trans woman all their life. They did all the things they could do through their life. Girl, even going to LA, when Bruce Jenner came out as being trans, Mama got Woman of the Year for her humanitarian for helping the trans community. And it's like, but there's already trans people like Maria Ramon. There's people that are already doing that in the LA County that you guys could be recognizing. And then they have the audacity to slap them together to make it seem like Caitlyn Jenner is going to be the one that brings us out. Like, bitch, that's a fucking fool. That's conspiracy. That we're not going to take the people that actually look the part, live the part, that can actually prove to us that this is who they are. We're going to take somebody, throw them in the mix, and say there's a variety of it. And I tell y'all, the bottom line, these people are still men. So even going into the swimmer stuff, if you took somebody who, and I'm sure there's a lot of female athletes that actually were born trans or of trans experience that actually look like females, walk like females, whatever, and they could have used them as an example of why trans women should compete with women, but instead they use this man who clearly, I don't care if he's a swimmer or not, who's clearly giving off that he's not even that girl. Like nothing on this person tells us that they're trans outside of what they're feeling. Like I feel like a woman. But it's like, well, if you're so powerful, because even women want to do it. Like, if I was a great swimmer, whether I'm male or female, bitch, I'm gonna want to compete with the best of the best. So, bitch, if I'm all that powerful and I'm all that, because girl, I mean, what you really running from? You don't got to dress in front of these other men. You act like this is a sexual experience. I don't feel comfortable being around men like that. Okay, bitch, you're on the swim team. If you're so great at swimming, why not want to compete against the man? Because maybe you're not as great as you think you are. So now you're like, listen, let me go ahead and get into the women's league because I may not be greater than these men, but I know I could beat these women. And that's what it looks like to me. It looks like it's a conspiracy to basically make people hate trans people. And that's what I keep saying. My whole purpose of doing this video was to clarify that DID and people that have other forms of gender identity spectrum is not equivalent to transsexual. And people need to understand that transgenderism and transsexuality is two different things. When people say they're transgender, there's gay boys that are transgender. And you can look this up. There's gay boys. Like I said, there's a spectrum going into the Harry Bench standard of care. There's a gay boys, like even having two or three, oh, I feel like I'm a three. I still feel like a man, but I do have some female characteristics. That would be considered transgender still. So it's like, I'm not convinced that this individual feels like a woman. I'm not convinced that this individual wants to be a woman. And like I said, people that look like that should not be on. And y'all call it discrimination all day long. But somebody who is giving off that tea should not be. Girl, I was even looking at the yearbook picture and I said, why does it look like mama just threw on a wig? No makeup on, no eyeliner, no lashes, no lipstick, no girl, no nothing. Mama just sitting there with her shit tucked back, girl with the suit on, talking about some I'm on a woman lead. I never heard what the bitch sound like. I don't know if the bitch sound, like, hi, I'm on a woman lead. I want to just go swim with the kids, and I want to show y'all that the woman could be. I don't know what they sound like, but I'm just like, yeah, sis. If this is what the poster board for transgender women are gonna be, then no, do not let transgenders play in a woman's sports. Yeah, if this is gonna be the poster child of transgenders, if we looking like Buffalo Bill going into the military, and I think that transgenders should be allowed into the military, then don't let them go into the military. Don't let us go into the military if that's going to be the poster board of trans people entering the military. Yeah, if you're looking like Buffalo Bill, you're looking like Uncle Donald Trump in a wig, you're looking like Ben Biden, Joe Biden. I'm sorry, not Ben Biden. Oh my God, I'm getting the Bidens and Ben Ladens together. Anyway, if you're looking like, Barack Obama in a drag. You're looking like Donald Trump in drag. You're looking like Joe Biden in drag, honey. Then, like I said, you should not be allowed in the motherfucking military. Bitch, no tea, no shade. We're dealing with psychological warfare, and you're not giving us that image, honey. You're giving us some other tea here, okay? You're giving us that I'm only joining the military because I want to prance around in my shit. It kind of reminds me of the girl who went down there to that spa over there in Atlanta, and mama was preoperative with her dick and balls dangling around at the spa with her legs propped open and shit, and upset because people are like, I don't feel comfortable being here. But I'm a woman. I can be here. But baby girl, why are you letting your dick and balls dangle like that? Who are you advertising to? Because if you're so comfortable with your dick and balls hanging, go to a man's spa then, girl. No shade. Go to the man's spa. If you're comfortable with pissing standing up, go to the man's bathroom. Like, bitch, you don't gotta be in. Well, I identify as a woman, so I could sit here and piss him, and daddy's standing up in the damn stall pissing. You hear, like, girl, go to the man's bathroom if you want to do all that. If you don't have a dysphoria with being who you are, then, like I said, stop trying to push it onto people. And like I said, that's the only issue I have. Not just the only, but that's, like I said, that's what I have. Like, stop trying to make it something that it's not. Like, why are we not using the Janet Mocks? Why are we not using, the Claudia Charezes? Why are we not using these people as the poster child for trans people in sports? Well, we're not using these people as trans women to want to be in the military stuff. Like, it's always the ones that's giving that type of tea. And even going into Caitlyn. Caitlyn got upset because she couldn't go to an all men's country club event or something. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, so are you a woman or you're not a woman? Are you a woman or are you Caitlyn or are you Bruce? Because, bitch, now that you're Caitlyn, girl, you don't have the same rights as Bruce, girl. So now you want your cake, you want to eat it. So you want to be Caitlyn, but you want to also get the same rights privileges as Bruce. No, baby, you revoke that card when you decide to come out as Caitlyn. So, bitch, it's not about freedom and expression of self. It's about you have some fucking ulterior motives, honey. It's you're up to something. You're up to something very sneaky and nasty, and I don't like it. You still out here wanting to drag race the cars and shit. Like, girl, it's something going on. There's some type of traumatic shit that needs to be resolved. And that's what we should be dealing with. Okay, well, they can feel how they want and they don't have to express what they feel like. But science says that whatever's in your mind will also start to shape your reality. So if I'm sitting here and I see what I look like, right? I see what I look like. I see that I'm giving you more of Noxzema Jackson than Queen Latifah. Okay. I'm gonna be like, I'm seeing it too. It's time for me to go get, you know, uh some surgical stuff to change some things because I'm not selling. I'm who I am, but people are not seeing me for that. And so yeah, I need to shape my reality to match what I'm feeling. So I don't have to be suicidal or whatever. So it's like, girl, you sitting here and people are calling you out and you're just like, I don't give a fuck. Like I said, that's deeper than transsexualism. There's something else going on there. There's some type of mental disorder. And I told you, I know girls, and not even throwing particular people are under the bus because I feel like you can do what you are and how you want to be. But there's people out there I know that don't want to put in the effort to be, a woman. Like they probably do their hair, they probably do their nails, they probably do their makeup, but cross dressers do that too. But as far as going into the voice and going into presentation, and when they ID you, you're going to pull out a female ID, they don't want to put into effort to that. Oh, yeah, I don't got time to do that. Oh, it'd be fucked up to try to change it. And even going into voice, we know that voice is a very big thing. And of course, people. I know people that have raspier voices, and they don't care about changing their voices. But I'm saying in general, like if you don't, and the person, y'all know my people, they have the package. So even if the voice is not there, the package is still selling. Woman is, but there's some people out there that don't have the package. They don't look it, they don't talk it, they don't walk it, they don't act it, and a voice is very husky. And when they are, yeah, you're not giving me, ma'am. Sorry, sir. I'm transgendered. I'm gonna fuck you up. And it's like, ooh, it's like, wait, hmm, whoa, goddamn, what's going on? What's going up in here, honey? Like, whoa, wow, honey, ooh, girl, you got upset. That came out, but when you good, like, girl, so like I said, I'm not convinced, and it is what it is. Like I said, I'm transgender, but I'm not convinced. I feel like people have to pay their dues to get their rights. Bitch, you really are what you say you are, bitch, show us. Instead of talking like, ho, 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 hi, yeah, yeah. And it's all about practicing. Your throat is a muscle. It's about practicing. They have videos out there of how you could train your voice. It's about practice. Let me pull it together. But the whole thing about bitch, I don't give a fuck. It's like, so that'll make you feel uncomfortable though? That people are looking at you weird because you sound like that? People are looking at you because your face is shaped like that? It doesn't make you uncomfortable. People are staring at you because you're really standing out. Like, girl, there's no way. Mm. Anyway, Mystic, that's so crazy you say eight is connected to infinite, to the goddess immortality. It sure is. Come on in here. I used to be the number of real feminine energy. Come on in here. Ow. I used to be the real number. Thank you, Mystic. That means a lot. No problem, Edibles. I checked with your way. Oh shit. That's so weird, honey. We're gonna forward it again. We're gonna forward it again, Kiana. We're gonna forward it again. Matter of fact, let me see right now. Hold on, Kiana. Let me see. Yeah. That's so weird. I'm looking at it right here. It says it was on the 21st. It says 2 days ago. We're actually closing out the event that we did this last weekend. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna forward it to you. Wait until I get off here. I'm gonna send it right to you. I'm gonna send it right to you, Kiana. Right to you. Matter of fact, let's do it right now. Hold on. We're gonna send it right now, Kiana. We're gonna send it right now because it's a very in-depth email, honey. We're gonna send it right now. This is a fool. Oh my god, that is so crazy. It says it's in queued. I'm gonna forward it to you right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me forward this to you right now. Let me see. There we go. Okay, we just forwarded to you right now, Kiana. Yes, honey, Edwards, I read a quote. Don't cry because they're gone. Smile because they were here. My peace finds you in this hour. I know that's right. May peace find you. I know that's right, honey. And that's true. That's true, honey. Actually, that's actually what allowed me to heal too efficiently, sufficiently effectively was thinking about that. It was a privilege to have encountered the person that I lost, versus, oh my God, I'm so upset that they're gone, because we know that everything in life is temporary. We know this. We know that we're gonna all exit out one day. Of course, a lot of us are shocked that it's too soon. Like, damn, like it really happened quicker than I imagined. But once again, everything happens for a reason, And it's kind of like when you're going through stuff, and let's say you lose something, right? You lose the battle in something, right? At that time of the loss, you're like, this is fucked up, and why would you do this to me, God? And how could you do this, God? And I thought you loved me, God, and I was so devoted to you, and I was so devoted, and I gave you this, I gave you that. And then after the loss has settled, now you get given something bigger and better. Then you're like, damn, I never see this coming. So it's the same thing with this. We see death as, oh my God, this is the end. They're gone. I'm never going to see them again. I got to live my life. And that was my thing. I got to live my life forever, 80 years, 100 more years, whatever it is. Thinking about that, I will not see this person ever again. I will never have an experience with this person ever again in the physical life. So, like I said, I have to think and change that and say, but I will encounter them again. We will meet again. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason why I had 27 years with that person. And it's same thing with this. You will encounter, and of course, right now you don't want to hear that. You don't want to see that. Your brain cannot comprehend that, because we are humans, and we have human instincts, and so we're grieving a loss. But when it does happen, like I said, you will think back and say, damn, wow, you know, well, not you, but your higher self will think about it and say, wow, I endured that, and we made it, right? We made it. Anyway, so yes, yes, honey. Same with the Barbie Kardashian. She sexually assaulted two women. People are using it as an excuse to go to women's prisons. They need to get proof that they were transitioned before they were. Exactly. That's what I'm saying too, Plant Care. They need proof that they transitioned before. That's what I said. People need to pay. Like, we have to show our ID to prove our identity. You got to show proof that before you committed this crime, that people saw you as, referred to you as the female that you claim that you are. Like, there's not no, well, they would go back and forth and alluding that they were transgender, but they never actually lived that life. Like, girl, that's why I tell you, a lot of people that I knew, when I actually decided to physically transition, they thought it was a phase, because they knew other people that were just playing up. But now that we're 14, 15 years in, they're like, bitch, this was not a phase. This is really who this bitch is. And now they have more respect. Now they have more love, more admiration. And honey, I know this is you. So because I notice you, I have to see this, because it's really who you are. Like, you're not going to fake this for 14, 15 years just for what? Like, nobody pays my bills but my gifters. So come on in here. Ha! Nobody takes care of my needs but my contributors and gifters. So bitch is like, girl, what I got to fake the funk with you and for you when you ain't doing shit for me? I need you to understand that. So they need to definitely show people, like, it was more than just a gay boy having a woman's name, because there's a lot of, listen, I have a gay brother who's becoming very feminine over the years. I've known this person since 2001. Daddy refers to himself as sis, mom. He's mother. He's the wife. He says he just had a straight man the other day, and brother is looking very, masculine, full beard, full mustache. He has very long hair. He has a fat ass, but daddy is still selling the gay boy fantasy. But he's, once again alluding that these men are seeing him as a woman. It's like, sis, those are not straight men. You're not giving off the woman fantasy. If a man say he's straight and you look like him and he's still trying to fuck, bitch, he's bisexual. So you want to play in that little role. And that's how I'll be understanding too. So the gay boys be claiming that they be having sex with straight men, and these men are straight. But when they meet a trans woman, well, that's still a nigga. But you're an illusion for the straight boys, right? You're the illusion for the straight boys that's dicking you down with a beard and a mustache and licking and sucking on your face, and he feeling his hair touch your hair. And he feeling your strongness, your strong ass back, while he's doing it. Like, girl, So you see the illusion for him, but you don't want to see it for the trans woman. So you picking and choosing your delusion then, bruh. And I have respect for that. So it's a fool. It's a fool. We need to definitely we need proof that people are definitely who they say they are, girl. You go ahead, you get caught in a woman's bathroom, people clock the church, whatever, pull out that ID. And some people say, well, I didn't get my ID checked. Honey, that should be the first thing you should do. There's a book out there right now from the Transgender Law Center, honey. Shout out to Ben Luline, honey. That it says ID. It tells you the first steps to do when you claiming that you're trans. There's two things you should be doing. You should be doing some type of laser hair removal, electrolysis laser, and every place has it now. They don't, but you gotta travel. Girl, the city I'm in, girl, everybody's booked up. So I travel out 2 hours to make sure I get my shit done. But you should be doing that. And you should be definitely getting your name changed. There's I know, honey, your name is still Mario, and you weren't about getting some titties. Your name is still Mario, you weren't about getting a FFS and shit like that. Like, honey, you should be fighting to get that name changed first. Go get that name changed and then worry about everything else. Because, bitch, that's the real true tea right there. When they say, oh, wait, this is a woman using a man's restroom. Girl, they're not going to tell you to take down your pants. Hello? The officer ain't gonna say, man, we need you to stand over here. We're gonna have an officer to come out and frisk you to make sure that you don't have a girl. Let me pull out my ID, Your Honor. I don't know why I call police officers Your Honor. I don't know why. But I'm very respectful of the law enforcement, very respectful of the military, very respectful of the oh shit, my wallet's in there. Very respectful of the law enforcement, the police officers, whoever, whatever, honey. Everybody's Your Honor. Okay, I don't care. They all, I call them all Your Honor. Sometimes I say officer, but I will say Your Honor. But honey, excuse me, I'm a woman, and here's the ID. And so they looking at the ID and they looking at me, and they're not gonna say, well, I'm not convinced. Let's call somebody here to really fish you out. Like, girl, they're gonna let me go about my business. But now you giving us this Shazay Rajay Nane, and then girl, the ID say Mario, oh bitch, you're going to jail. You should be locked up. They should lock your ass up. You're damn right. They should lock you up. They should lock you up, bitch, because you're not who you say you are. You're catfishing. And that's something two girls be trying to say. Bitch, catfish, catfish, catfish. Bitch, you be catfishing too. You be catfish too, girl. You be highlighting, contouring, and look a certain way. You out here saying that your name is Michelle, and like I said, it's Mario. Like that's catfish too, sis. So, bitch, like I said, you should be sent to motherfucking jail if you're not trying to get that gender mark changed over, but you want to parlay and chazé with a woman. You should be sent to fucking jail, bitch. How for that? Lock her up. Lock up, and she gonna like it because she want to go to the all males prison because she want to suck and fuck on some dick. Anyway, the bitch is a hoe. The daughter was a hoe, the mama was a hoe, the sister's a hoe, everybody's a hoe in that whole damn family. So she definitely a hoe. She's a transgender hoe. So she's a different type of hoe because she's a tranny hoe. Okay, lock her up. That hoe up. Anyway, I'm sorry. He was in a male prison, so-called transitioning in jail, got switched up. Exactly. Fake, fake, fake. Ain't no damn tranny. Ain't no damn woman. Ain't no bitch. Girl, bye. Daddy was in fear of his life. Daddy said, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail for life, y'all. I'm not gonna get no pussy in the jail. And guess what he said? He found a loophole. Well, let me do my research. If I say that I'm a woman, will they put me in an all women's prison? And they said, yes, they will. So he said, oh my God. So let me transition while I'm in here. And let me not really transition. Let me give the illusion. Hey, Michael. You know, he first got locked up. He was, what's up, bro? Hey, bro, her, you know, that shit right there. Yo, what's up, bro? You know, then when he got locked up, he was like, hey, Robert, come here, Robert. Robert, can you come here? So they're like, yeah, I believe he's transgender because he goes around the jail cell with a t-shirt tied around his head and a t-shirt tied around his chest like he got breasts. So he's definitely a woman. And then, girl, now he gets put into a woman prison. And now the first thing he does when he get put up in there is dick him down. Oh, girl. And I'm like, just be honest. Just be honest, y'all. This is where it starts at. Just be honest. Are you really transgender or you get turned on when a man look at you as a woman? Just be honest. Are you really transgender or you just like when you put on woman's clothing? Are you really transgender or you just want to get you some dick? Okay? Because like I said, I mean, if you're into penis, girl, you don't care if it comes from a gay man or a straight man. Because we know God darn well that a straight man will love a trans man. But these trans men be targeting these gay boys, and I'm just like, but these gay boys are into men. Well, I look like a man. Yeah, but they like penis though. So it's like, there's women that like gay boys too, though. So it's like, what's separating you from that? So it's like, yeah, are you saying it's just because you want to get some gay dick? Because you're like, well, they're going to like me because I look like that. And I don't know about over there, but a lot of these trans men over here, girl, they're not even on hormones, girl. Don't even got a beard and a mustache. They give you straight right now, girl. There was a bitch that tried to cuss me out, bitch. She called herself Jonathan. This bitch tried to cuss me out, bitch. Talk about some. Who the fuck are you, and why are you even on here? And I said, "Excuse me, bitch. Who are you?" So I click on her profile, and mom was giving me like Butch Queen, but I was like, "Mama don't have no facial hair, and I'm getting woman." So I'm like, "Is this a trans woman like playing these games and dressing as a boy to get some?" Oh, girl, bye. Ask somebody, and they said, "No, that's a trans man." Mama got some real big titties that are clearly being hid by baggy clothes. Mama have no beard and no mustache. Mama even sound like a woman. Mama's not even trying to hurt y'all. What's up? Like, and you're trying to tell me she's a trans man? Ah, okay. So this is how she getting y'all gay boys to give her some dick, huh? And they're like, well, yeah, she actually is. Because I'm like, if she's a top, I can get that. Oh, I'm a trans man, I'm a top. I'm like, okay, I really believe the fetish. Oh, yeah, okay, I really see it. But bitch, I'm a trans man and I'm a bottom, but you're getting screwed by a penis. So why you don't want to holler at a straight man? Because he'll be down for that, sis. You know how many straight men like to turn out people. Girl, he would love to turn you out. Girl, he would love to dick you down. Girl, dicky, 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 dick. Looked up a man that's hella suspect. I know that's right. Girl, he's suspect. That ain't no damn trainee. That's a man. You're not slick at all. Not Barbie Kardashian. Let me see who Barbie Kardashian is. Barbie. Let me see who Barbie Kardashian is. I need to fall into this. What am I looking at here? Transgender teen with pattern of violence against women. You're a transgender, so you have the opportunity and the privilege to identify as a woman, and you hate women. You want to attack women. Bitch, you don't lost your goddamn mind. Bitch, you don't lost your goddamn mind. And it says anxious to be gelled with women. Oh, you're anxious, huh? Yeah, oh, you're so anxious. Oh, you look pretty excited to me. You look like a fucking clown. You look scary. You look creepy. You look really creepy. Physical male who threatened rape put into female prison. Uh, this is sad, y'all. This is really, really. This is not funny, but it says Barbie Kardashian, formerly known as Alejandro Gabriel Gentile. I think your name could set you up for some things. I really do. I think your name means some things, honey. Because girl, Jesus. And then you call yourself Barbie. This is a fool, y'all. This is a fool right here. This is a fool. This is a fool, y'all. I'm glad you pointed me to this direction, Queen of Plants, because I'm definitely gonna say that picture because somebody I know be giving me this tea sometime. Thank you, honey. Bruce wants to be a shapeshifter. Listen. I'm telling y'all right now. Allegedly, the story was because I'm speaking from the listen. Uh, My sources, okay, my alleged source, right? Because everything is allegedly, okay, even though I know what I know. Allegedly, they used to play these games. That's why Chris likes to cut her hair. Chris allegedly would slick her hair back. She would draw on a beard. She would have her little cane with a strap on, play like a pimp, right? They were role play, allegedly. Her and Bruce Jenner were role play. So one time Bruce Jenner was like, I want to dress up. And of course, allegedly, this is when Kyle and him said that they woke up one time and the dad was opened up the refrigerator with some lingerie and heels on. Okay. Because allegedly, this is when they would role play and this is how they would get their rocks off. Chris, being that dominant one with the pimp with the strap on, would turn on Caitlyn, Bruce, and Bruce say, "Oh my God, we gotta go," and they, do their little thing, honey, because those kids are not created because he genuinely, allegedly wanted to eat some poom poom. So either way, allegedly they were role playing. This when the bodyguard got involved. What's his name, Stacy Corey, the black bodyguard, because Kris Jenner allegedly got a BBC fetish. And so she wanted this BBC bodyguard to come on in because it's so weird. We never heard about this bodyguard. He's always been in the picture, but we didn't hear about him until recently. But it's so odd. But allegedly, she was like, "Listen, we want to play hopes and pimps," which was actually Caitlyn's idea. Okay, allegedly, to bring in a man. Like, okay, we need to play pimps and hoes, but we need an outside person to come in. Oh, come on in here and to play like they're John. Because if I'm your pimp, then we need an outside person. Okay, it needs to be a man. So now, bitch, okay, I'm gonna get my rocks off. This is Kris Jenner allegedly. I'm gonna get my BBC fetish because we all know she like BBC. We all know that Mama only engaged and got married to allegedly Rob Kardashian because Rob Kardashian was about that money. Rob Kardashian allegedly was not hung. Rob Kardashian allegedly was not all that. In fact, they were all into swinging and shit. So we know that Chris allegedly liked BBC, and that's why her daughters like BBC. Okay, allegedly, because I don't think all of them have BBCs. All those black men over there that they playing with don't have BBCs. Allegedly, how would I know? How would I know? I don't know none of that now. Mm-hmm. So, anywho, allegedly, come on in here. They decided to incorporate this BBC guy because Chris was like, "Oh, well, we can't do that right off the bat." Because Chris talk a lot, y'all. If you want to know, Kris Jenner got a mouth on her. She talks a lot. Okay, allegedly she talks a lot, Mama. She likes to talk about everything. Yeah, last night was horrible. I farted last night. I had to go get up and get an egg. Oh, y'all, my back was hurt. Oh, my period was heavy last month. Oh, you know what's so crazy? I have an odor down there. She likes to talk. So anyway, allegedly that's when Corey got involved, and Corey would come over multiple times and be this client. So basically, Bruce would be the cuckold. Bruce will be sitting there with the panties and lingerie on, rubbing himself allegedly, while Chris is getting dicked down by that BB motherfucking C. And then when after he got dicked down, then Caitlyn would get up and give it. That's what I said. Why is Chris over here acting like she didn't know that this man would want to be a woman, where she was role playing with this motherfucker? And I think there's something with the first wife too, Brody Jenner's mama. I think there's something with her too, because she knew goddamn well what this person was into. That was his kinks, honey. He got turned on with the idea of him being a woman having sex with a woman. That's why he said, "I'm not into men, I'm into women." Exactly, because you have a fetish for dressing like a man, being into women. It's called cross dressing, bruh. Look it up, bitch. It's called cross dressing. That's why Daddy never took no hormones. Daddy never got no surgeries until he got 65 years old. And all of a sudden, he's a woman. He's getting surgeries. He's taking hormones. All of a sudden, now all of a sudden, you're like, girl. Anywho, and you got money too, so you really don't have to hide. Oh, girl. And your mama wouldn't care because your mama knew who she gave birth to, girl. Your mama didn't give a fuck, girl. She knew who the fuck you were. Anyway, so let's just go. They were role playing. Girl, Kaylin got turned out. Girl, Kaylin, just had enough of it. She got enough of Chris being addicted to this BBC. And Kaylin said, "Listen, before things get dirty, I don't want to expose nothing. Let me exit out. So let's throw in a storyline and make it seem like I'm so shocked. Oh my God, my husband wants to be a woman. No way. I'm so shocked. I cannot believe this. But in reality, I'm over here having an affair with my BBC bodyguard, and I'm gonna let you be because you're not really a fan of this BBC fetish. You're not really a fan of this. Even going into the, allegedly going into why Caitlyn Jenner. Is there any videos of Caitlyn Jenner hanging out with Tristan Thompson? Is there any videos of Caitlyn Jenner hanging out with Kanye West? Are there any pictures of Caitlyn Jenner hanging out with Travis Scott? Any of these black BBC people? I'm just saying. Daddy's a little traumatized. He's a little, not disgusted, but he was like, wait a minute, Chris allegedly is liking this more than she's putting on. So, bitch, let me go. Before I make this something that I'm not, before I make this something that it's not, I want to expose no tea. Let me exit out the back door. So then that's why it became two different stories, honey. And that was the opener to all this bullshit that we see right now. Okay. Helen hid in Malibu, transitioning like baby girl. You've been having lasers since 2007, girl. Bitch, you gonna sit here, you gonna lie all you want to, girl. But girl, we go back to the very first episode of Keeping Up Kardashians, girl. You had no facial hair. Okay, that was a great premise for you to be able to put on makeup and shit and give off that woman vibe. It'll make you more passable. Let me shave my body hair. Let me veet. Oh, girl, we know. Going into Chris, keeping that hair short. And then I want to say on one of the episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, if you don't believe me, you can look this up, that an episode where Chris actually dressed up as a man. And I want to say this around the same time that, and I still believe what I would say to you about Rob Kardashian, in his sexual abuse, allegedly. Like I said, don't everything's alleged until proven otherwise. But him being sexually abused, and we're not saying he got sexually abused by Caitlyn Jenner, but there's definitely was some abuse there with other men on that man, and that's why back in the day we give the illusion that him and even Scott Disick, right? Is his name Disick? Yeah, there's even the tea of him and Scott cuddling in a bed and shit, honey. And then Chloe wanted to get a piece of it. Oh, girl. So anyway, girl, we know exactly what was going on, girl. Kaylin wanted to live out that cross-dressing fantasy. As they always say, when you start cross-dressing, it becomes addicted, and now you're doing it full time. That's an old saying, a little insider that they would say. Oh, you don't want to start dressing up because now you're gonna love it and you want to always do it. That's why you got all these, once again, not even professional drag queens, but you got people that are just gay boys that put on wigs and shit on Grinder looking for dick because they tried it and now they're like, oh my god, this makes me feel really, really good. Let me keep doing it. It gives them a rush. So, honey, yeah, you know exactly what that bitch is doing, honey. Hmm. I legit did not mean that with any malice, Tina. I heard Bruce in my mind so much. Listen, I'm telling you, I listen. All I hear and see is Bruce. I'm sorry, I don't see Caitlyn at all. Out of respect, Caitlyn, but girl, you have to pay. You got to pay your dues to get called something, Mama. You don't just This is okay. Fine, okay, okay, okay. Caitlyn Jenner, who was formerly known as Bruce Jenner, wants their children to call them daddy. Girl, if that ain't confusion, I just don't know what that is. Anyway, y'all, I gotta go, y'all. It's 2:08 right now. It's 2:08 right now, honey. It's 2:08. I gotta go. I gotta go. Let me scroll down. Let me scroll down. What happened to? Thank you so much, honey. Yes, honey. Thank you so much, Grand Madam, honey. Ow. Yes, honey. We talk about a lot of tea up in here, Grand Madam. We talk about a lot of tea. It's been misrepresented on purpose to confuse and disguise something deeper. That's what I believe. And see, that's why I said going into the trans agenda and the gay agenda, I think that people are like defund the police. I think people don't really know what that means. So when people are saying defund the police, people were actually thinking about, yeah, take the money from their ass. They don't need it. Or we don't need the police, get rid of them. But that's not what defund the police really means. It really means to appropriate the funds. Like you tell them how much money. Okay, we're giving you $1 million a year, but only 50,000 is going to this. That's what they're saying with defund the police. So with the trans agenda and gay agenda, I think a lot of people who are not so smart because I don't want to call people dumb. They heard that, and now they're saying, "Oh my God, they're putting it on the TV. There's a gay agenda. Oh my God, this transgender is walking down the street and want us to respect it. There's a gay agenda. There's a trans agenda." When it's that's totally different. The agenda on top of that is that anybody and anything could say that they're a female, and now they get the rights of a female, and then now women are being put in danger. So, like I said, me doing my research, that's what came up for me, and that's I'm like, I see that, I believe that, and I definitely am about protecting women. Now, of course, going into the flip side of that, people that are also misusing that and saying, yeah, you need to protect us because this is sick as hell. Well, like I said, I'm transgender and I'm not sexually attracted to women, so you're gonna have to worry about me asking to see you naked, me trying to lift up your skirt. You don't got to worry about that with me, honey. Like I said, girl, you don't have to worry about that at all, sis. I'm not trying to identify as a female so I can use the restroom to see y'all smell. Listen, no shade. That's not what it is for me. Okay, but you do have, like I said, bad apples that spoil the whole bunch, and it gives off the illusion that that's what most of them are about. So now they're like, yeah, they only want to be trans because they have a fetish. And that's why I said, and I will always say, when I see these stories and I see these things about these transgender identifying people, but they're into women and they had kids and they're having kids, I'm like, I'm not convinced that these are real transsexuals. I'm convinced that there's either some type of conspiracy to let me use that as a loophole, right? Because everything is set. Like everybody controls some type of social standards, if that makes sense. Like there's somebody or somebodies that control whether or not the general public want to play hip hop music right now. It's somebody or somebodies or a council of people that determine if we're all going to start eating hot Cheetos tomorrow forever, or if we're all going to become addicted to hot Cheetos that taste like pumpkin. Like it's a group of people that determine that. So it's like going into the whole trans thing, transgenders have always been here. We remember seeing it on Jerry Springer, Ricky Lake, Jimmy Jones. Like transgenders have always been here. Nobody cared about it. Nobody paid attention to it. Right? When it was literally these people trying to live their life, expressing who they are. But mysteriously, when the storyline started coming out, man got caught, blah, 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 man did this and that, or man has a mental problem and he's claiming trans panic. But we're going to say trans panic in the case of, I'm going to say I'm transgender so I can get a lighter sentence or whatever. Then we start noticing a lot of the trans things. Trans woman of the year, da, 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 da. Yeah, I'm a trans woman. It's just like, but 55 years this person lived as a man. So is that really transsexuality? And even going into transgenderism, that's an umbrella term. You could still be a crossdresser and be a transgender. So whether you're, oh, I'm not a crossdresser, I'm transgender, but you could still be a transgender is an umbrella term. In transgender, you have crossdressers, gender benders, transvestites. Like, honey, you could be a transgender and be those things still. But like I said, there's confusion there because people are not educating other people. First, they're not educating themselves, and they're not educating other people. Like, yeah, though I may look like, this person, I don't identify the way they identify. And so I'm actually a transvestite. But no, instead, I'm a transsexual. You can call me Mario or Michelle. You call me he or her or them and there. I'm not too stuck on pronouns, just as long as you see me coming. Or, like I said, going into comedians back in the day who was known for being a transsexual, and like I said, we just don't make up terms, honey. You identified as a transsexual in the early 2000s. And within 15 years, it went from being I'm not transsexual, I'm non-binary, but you were never transsexual. That's why you gave off that freakish look. That's why you wanted to put the silicone in your hips and your breasts on. You wanted to have the woman identity and the drag queen lifestyle to attract certain people to you because that was funny to them, right? And now you're upset because people are making fun of trans people because people like you. So once again, it's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of people out there putting out, once again, going into what I think the agenda is. The agenda is to create confusion. The agenda is to say, well, bitch, they're all the fucking same anyway. So let's act like we're supporting them. And now transgenders are becoming visible. But then let's also feed the Shaunas who gives off that she's a real trans, but she's going to come out and be like, yeah, I fucked this person because I'm really a homosexual man. And because I'm a homosexual man and he's attracted to me, then that makes him a homosexual man. Versus I'm a trans woman and he's attracted to me because he sees me as a woman. So this is a straight man who likes a woman. Like, yeah, let me spin the narrative. Like I said, it's a setup. So, like I said, seeing this from the behind, I'm like, girl, I'm for all of that. Girl, everybody shouldn't get equal opportunities and equal rights. Just like when it comes to black people, there's a lot of black people that get equality, that gets, they go into a bank and get a loan. That's how they got their house. That's how they got their mansion. Going into Maryland, there's a lot of states out here that have wealthy black people. How did they get their loans? Girl, there was no black people supporting them in that fucking 1980s and 1970s. And girl, they had it. Going even into 1800s. People out here I know right now, my friend, generational wealth from the South. They've had generational wealth since the 1800s. Black people. And they didn't say, oh my God, girl, we went to go get a loan. And the white man said, no, we can't help you. Girl, we went to go get a car. And they said, we can't finance you. And I'm just like, girl, once again, there is loopholes. And everybody want to say, well, it's all of us. It's not all of us, boo-boo. It's you. Like maybe you lack the credit, maybe you lack the intelligence, maybe you lack the representation. When you show up to get a loan, there's a protocol to that. How you carry yourself make a big difference. It's like an interview. When you go to a job interview, you come in there with a bond and a pajamas on, girl, you're not getting that job. You come in there be like, yo, what's up? Customer service, yo, what's up? Hi, yo, I'm here to work at Walmart. And I told you I love my people out there. Like, you think they're gonna hire you? And then you're like, well, they didn't hire me because I'm black. No, they didn't hire you because your vernacular ain't up to par, sis. That's why they didn't hire you. Girl, you seem very much like you ready to fight. Yo, I'm here for the interview. Yeah, 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 yeah. Bitch, that's why he didn't hire you. It wasn't because you weren't black, because I got black people working there. Well, that's the token black person. He only hired that black person because he had to hire black people. No, I'm looking at this lady. I'm looking at you. She gives me a whole other energy. Like I'm thinking, like, okay, this woman is Native American and you're black from Africa. Like that. Like I'm getting like two different types of blackness here. So it's like you cannot convince me that everybody is experiencing the same thing as you. Once again, going into an agenda, and that's what I was getting at the other day too. That there's always some type of agenda when they try to push on. Look at me, I did it. You can do it too. And then on the flip side, well, they only did it because they said with white people. Like going into Oprah. Oh, she only became a billionaire because she was a bed renter. How do you know? How do you know? You saw Mama sleeping with a white man? How do you know the mom was a bed renter? You were in the room and you saw Oprah getting dick down for some money? Like, how do you know this? How do you know what mama was doing? But because your mama did the same thing and it didn't get her nowhere, is it intelligence? Or once again, is it because mama was getting dick down? Because like I said, a lot of your mamas got dick down, and where did it get them? So it's like we have to really stop playing this whole role and oh God and look at what is really going on. There's something deeper going on. That's why information is put out there to make us think outside of the box. And some of us do, some of us don't. I'm that girl. I do think outside the box, honey. When somebody say or do something, bitch, I'm looking like, I need to think about that because something ain't sitting right. Like I'm not impulsive or compulsive. Like, yeah, I need to think about this because something is not right and support black and da da da. No, honey, no shade. I give y'all one story right now, and people can say suppliers all day long, but bitch, when you're ordering from a supplier or distributor, they don't know your race based on your name, unless your name is like Dashili, Waliki, Lanini, whatever. They can say, okay, this is a black woman, we're gonna raise the price. And clearly that will be illegal and you can get them for price gouging. Clearly. So when you hear these people that own business saying that their distributors are not giving them deals and they got to pay a higher price, so that means they're charging a higher price, then you need to ask them, why are you not suing these people for not charging a higher price? Why not do an investigation? Because everybody like to dox people and do research. Why not hire a friend who's Asian and get her to hit up an Asian distributor and see if they're going to give her a deal better than you? So either way, three examples. I went to a store. I went to a black spiritual store. I went to a white spiritual store. And I could even go into, we could say voodoo, hoodoo store. We could say Wiccan North store. And I went to a botanica, which of course could be anything. It could be Native American, which is primarily what botanica is, or, Spanish origin, whatever. The same three shops had the exact same item. And I looked at the distributor, which by the way, the distributor is a ethnic person, right? They're owned by Hispanic people. The black company charged the same candle $11.95. Right in that, $11.95. Right in that. Went to the Wiccan store, the same candle was $8.95. Went to the Botanica, the candle was $3.50. went to the seller, the distributor's site, and they tell you that you have to purchase $200 or more to get it. The counter was $1.50. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to support the business that only charged double the price to get their profit back and some. Because it doesn't make sense to pay $150 for something or $50 for something and then resell it for $50. Like, it doesn't make sense. It wouldn't be right. Even $2, that might be a little stupid because you only get back, 50 cents on everything you sell, whatever. So I'm okay with doubling it up. But when you're getting into like really trying to get rich off of it and really trying to upsell, then you're upset because ain't nobody supporting your business. Like, girl, you're too high. I can even talk about beauty products. Um, um, Sally's. I go into Angel's Beauty and I go into Royal Beauty. Royal Beauty caters to it's African people owning stuff, products. Going into Angel Beauty is Asian people who have black people working there selling products. Going into Sally's. Sally's, of course, I don't know who owns Sally's, but they have all work center, whites, Hispanics, Asians. I don't know if it's a franchise. I don't know how that works with Sally's. But the same thing. I went and I got some argan oil from Morocco. Went into the Royal Beauty. The bitch said, what was it? 13.95. I said, you know what? I feel like I'll get that cheaper somewhere because it's not even big enough. This is like a little small thing. So then I decided to go over, and Walmart's even cheaper than that. But either way, decided to go over to um, Angel's Beauty. Bitch, that wanted $7.99. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, 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 honey. And we'll even say that we could even say that Sally's is white owned. We'll just say it's a white owned store. $7.99. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy it here, either here or Sally's. Went to Sally's, y'all. Sally's had the exact same product, and it was $1 less actually than the Angel Beauty Supply store. Of course, I went to Walmart, and they have the exact same item that all those places had for only $4.72. So it's like, are you meaning to tell me that these distributors are really actually overcharging you? Or once again, are you one of those people that are getting this business loan? And like I said, I'm just talking. You get a loan for 20,000 and you're like, listen, I only want to buy $1,000 worth of that product. Versus going to the Asian store, they're ordering $10,000 worth of the product. The more you buy, the more you save. And then going into the other stores, they're even ordering greater quantity, like Walmart. They'll order a pallet of it. So is that the case? Or once again, is they really like, okay, this is an Asian woman, we're not gonna give it to her. We're not giving it. Oh, like, girl, think about it. Is it once again your ability to sell, or the fact is it's your race? I think it has a lot to do with your ability. I think it has a lot to do with what you're giving them. Because, like I said, a lot of places that you order from wholesaling, it says the more you buy, the more you save. You get 50 of these items, you pay $11.99 for one. You get 50 to 100, you pay $7.99 for one, and it tells you these prices. So it's like when people are saying this distributing shit, once again, is it a race thing or is there something deeper than that? And once again, that's why I don't really care about supporting a business just because it's a black owned business or whatever. If you sell good product and the product is affordable and the price is right, bitch, I'm shopping there. If you're set, because I don't care about you being I'm not here to create, I'm not sleeping with you. I don't have to be sexually attracted to you to buy from you. Bitch, I want the product. If you offer the product to me, I'm going to you to get the fucking product. Girl, going into Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby don't care about gay people and lesbians and trans people. I still shop there. Because bitch, their prices are cheap. Bitch, their prices are affordable. Bitch, they offer good product. Bitch, so that's why I support a bitch. But going into other shit, like I don't have to eat at Fish Fillet or Chick-fil-A because they don't like black people. They don't like gay people. I don't gotta eat with there. I don't eat there. I don't support them. Oh, they got some good fries though. Bitch, you get those fries at fucking Popeyes. You get those fucking fries at the store. Going into the counters I get from Hobby Lobby, you cannot get those counters at Walmart. You cannot get those counters on Amazon. You cannot get those counters on eBay. You cannot get those counters nowhere else. So these are exclusive items available there, and that's why I shop there and get them. So I'm like, yeah, we have to stop with the bullshit and stop believing what everybody is saying and do our own research and look into shit. Like, what's really going on here? What is the real agenda? Is it people are really transgender and now we're coming across hating trans because you don't want trans in the women's athletics? Or is this a man who's saying, I got a loophole, how I can play in a women's league because I know for sure I'll win. Let me say I'm trans. Bitch, that's what it is. Bitch, yeah. And we're targeting you individually, bitch. You're a fool. We're targeting you individually, Demi. You're a fool. We're targeting you individually. Caitlin, you're a fool. We're not talking to the whole trans people because a lot of them have paid their dues, including myself. We're talking to those who want to be a popcorn transgender. Today you're called Gregory, tomorrow you're Gigi. And then, well, I'm really Gigi because I have my nose done, my bridge done, my forehead done, my don't. Well, sis, if you needed all that stuff done in the past, maybe it really wasn't in you to be a woman. No shade, because a lot of us look like our mothers, honey. So if you looking like your daddy or your great great grandfather, baby, your granddaddy, it wasn't in you to be that girl. So maybe there's something else going on there. Maybe it's something else going on there. Maybe there's something else going on there, honey. And just so happen you're the only one. Oh, girl, bye. Yes, honey, come on here. Did you hear about? Did you hear where they want to bring in satanic and teach about satanic beliefs into school? Mm-mm. I mean, well, let me be honest with you right now, and I'm really gonna go right now. But yeah, I really gotta go, y'all. Let me go. It's about to be 2:30. Satanic teachings already in the school. We can get down to the. We can. We should do a history class on that. We should do a history class on that. Satanic teaching is already in the school. That's why I said it's so amazing to me that sports. Okay, let me not. I'm no, let me not. Let me not touch that because people are going to get that message wrong. Yeah, it's not time for me to talk about that. Yeah, we'll say that for another time. But it's just so ironic to me. There's a lot of things that are taught in school that goes against something, and when people act out that, now it's a bad thing. Now we're going to chastise you. Once again, going into comedy, if somebody's sitting up there, let's say for example they were, let's say black, let's say a black person sitting up on the stage and they're talking about how black people are dusty, black people are bummy, black people are this or that, and everybody in the audience is laughing, and everybody in the audience are not even black. If there was only black people in the audience laughing, I'd be like, okay, they're being cool, but you're doing this in front of white people, Middle Easterns, whatever. When the Middle Eastern decides to feel, or the white decide and say, hey, well, means you talked about your people, let me talk about your people too, because if you're doing it and you're laughing at yourself, let me do it and laugh with you. Now it's a problem. But once again, if there was a problem from the gate, then why are you doing it? So you are kind of enticing. And when people like, it kind of goes into the bait car shit too. We're going to set up, how to catch a predator. We're going to set this up to make it seem like this person is into children and good stuff. And they might be. There might be like a 1% chance they're not. Maybe, something happened, whatever. But let's give the intention that they're meeting up with this little boy, but it's a grown man the whole time. And then we charge them with the intention of, but you set them up versus reaching out to a little boy or a little girl and having an open door policy where they come out and tell you, yeah, this man is hitting on me. And then you have the little girl to meet up and you arrest him. Once again, going into fake cars and stuff, you don't have to put fake cars out there to let people break into it, then you arrest them. There's people that are really getting their car broken into. So why not use that person that got their car broken into and pay them a portion of this money, have their car set up in the same pot, in the same spot, open to be attacked or whatever. And when a person comes in, then you arrest them because it's probably the same person that already broke into the car. So like I said, you're looking for new ways out when you could be catching the old people. So that's what I'm saying. Going into even the satanic stuff, there's so much stuff that they're teaching in the schools that is Satanism. We go into lying, deceiving, deception. You giving us a fake history. That's satanic. You telling us that Christopher Columbus discovered America and that's all you leaving it as? Like, honey, yeah, this man discovered America and he brought slaves here when there was already black people here. Like, that right there is satanic. And that's just one example. That right there is already satanic. You're teaching people how to lie and cheat, going into, Santa Claus and teaching people about Santa Claus, Santa Claus. So that's lying. And somebody got to say, it's like, yeah, girl, but you take away fun for kids. So if lying to my child is fun, then when they lie to me, why is it not fun still? If I'm telling my kid that Santa Claus brought them gifts, and then when they find out that Santa Claus ain't real, and they're like, well, my mama told me Santa Claus is real, and she lied to me, so now I can lie to her. Because you got to practice what you preach. Now he comes to you, or she comes to you and lie to you. Now you're upset. Like, what you really mad at, sis? Because you're a liar too. You're a fucking liar. What you mad about? Like I said, my mama told us about Santa Claus, and when my mama told us the truth, she apologized. She said, honey, I do not want you guys to lie to me. I want you to always be honest and open with me, honey. Santa Claus ain't bring you no damn gifts. Santa Claus is a motherfucker that pay me when I go to fucking work. Flat out, my mom said it. And like I said, yeah, I'm never gonna teach a kid, and I'm not gonna be part of that lie. I don't care if it gotta be fun or not, bitch. It'll be probably more fun if your child knew that you worked hard to provide them that gift. I know I would feel more. Oh my God, my mom cared about me to buy me something. But bitch, I don't think about you don't lie about Santa Claus and shit because it's funny. And oh my God, you're fucking up a kid's childhood. So we're shaped around Santa Claus. We're shaped around Santa Claus. Like I said, no, a fool once again once again, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Keep it real, and everybody else will keep it real with you. You lie, don't get mad if somebody lie to you. You out here dicking, shoving, and jiving and cheating. Don't get mad when you find out that your partner's cheating on you. You out here being fake or fraud and a phony. Don't get mad when people out here being a fake and fraud and phony to you. Oh, that's fucked up. They tricked me. Oh, but you trick people all the time. What's the difference? So, like I said, there's a lot of stuff. And like I said, we can even do a video on that of Satanism. Those are two examples. Deception and lying, how it always been in the schools. Okay. Even going into why the justice system and a lot of other systems are fucked up. But anyway, I'm be done with this, y'all. I gotta go. Love and light, everybody. True Spirit Mystic, of course, .blogspot.com. I appreciate you all for coming here. And I said I wanted to only do this for an hour, and I've been here for 2 hours. So anyway, whatever. We're gonna get going, and of course, like I said, definitely keep checking back. We got something good for y'all. Very, very soon. We got something really, really good for y'all, and I'm actually excited, y'all. I'm really excited to actually put this out here. So anyway, y'all. Anyway, that's all. Love and light. twospiritmystic.blogspot.com, 28spirit8mystic8@gmail.com. And I'll definitely see you guys again very, very soon.
Madam Merkaba.
I just want to relax with
Madam
you.
Merkaba.
Cheers.
Madam Merkaba.
That's really all I want to do. Can we talk? Let's talk. Relax. Let your hair down. And just really, really enjoy each other's company. I enjoy being here with you. And I hope you feel the same way too. Can we do that? Madam Merkaba.